Left foot, and here we go. We're here for Nearful TV round 20. It's a soggy start to the game here at Casheezi Park as the Bombers go into attack. NT in defence. Islet gets the handball away to Rioli. One of three playing for the NT today. The ball scrubbed forward there by Estel. Defensive mark taken for the NT. Liam Dettering joining myself, Michael Price, with the commentary today. And Liam, it's going to be a big test for Redland at home against the second-placed NT side.
Certainly will be, Pricey. Both teams playing off for a home final at different ends of the top six. NT looking for the week off, the 2 weeks off actually, because they've got the bye next week if they finish in second place. But as we can see, really wet conditions here, really heavy underfoot.
Amazing.
Will be a very scrappy game today.
It's amazing conditions considering Southeast Queensland was drought declared officially yesterday, so hopefully this is broken. As the Bombers have the ball on the outer wing here at Casheezi Park, they are attacking the left of screen. Ball kicked to half forward. Good contest given the conditions. Ball hits the deck, picked up by Little, gets the handball away. Now to Islet. Islet handball, now a long kick from Mackenzie down the wing. Good contest again. Off hands, and we'll have a throw in right on centre wing out of side. No score yet, early doors, first term.
And nothing's shown to start. Cameron Islet already with a couple of disposals in close. He had another 32 last week. He's been in terrific form for the NT. And he's been leading them superbly the last couple of weeks. You've
got Hunter versus Miles in the ruck. You've got to give that one to Hunter. It's tapped forward. Pfeiffer dives in. Could be a push in the back. Umpire says so. Pfeiffer will accept the free kick between outer wing and right half forward for the Redland Bombers. Goes the Oozle inside 50. Just got rid of his man cleverly, did Lockwood. Couldn't take the mark though. Ball spills there. The water comes up as the Bombers get it through. Brewer was to the right foot. Hughes got rid of his man, but it rolls through for one behind. First score of the game, and that's the Redland Bombers with a point to start us off.
Well, that might be the order of the day, I think, Pricey. You saw the barrel there from Darren Pfeiffer, and just any way to get it forward today, I think, is the way to go.
NT making hard work of this, getting outside defence. A big hit there. Sees Phil Cast fall straight to the ground. Sorry, it wasn't Cast, it was Pfeiffer. Ball still in contention. NT have the numbers here in defence. The handball from Lawrence got it away. It's scrubbed now. The man by himself just goes bang down the wing. Didn't have much purpose apart from just driving it long, as you say. It's picked up now by Howard for Redland. Gets it across there to Passfield. Passfield the handball now. Dodging, weaving. That's a nice little bit of work there. That was from Keys, the young fella. Kicks it inside 50 now. NT again with the numbers. They've got numbers back in defence. That's Ben Rioli. Just bangs it towards the big fella in Miles. Couldn't quite control it. Hunter takes him without the ball. The umpire says that will be a free kick. That was excellent work from the two huge men in the wet.
Well, it was really clever from Miles not to take possession there. Just sucked in his opponent and tackle him on the free kick.
Long kick forward and very well read there by the co-captain for the Bombers in Tom Salter. Salter now out of side. Getting in front. Pfeiffer made a good contest after Wesley Black got in front of him. Ball toe forward. It should go over the boundary line and does. We'll have another throw in. And got to say, here at Casheezi Park, I reckon it's drained out quite nicely considering the amount of rain we've had in the last couple of hours.
Certainly the wing on the commentary side's a bit wet, but certainly the centre of the ground looks okay. I think players have just got to get their body in behind the ball a little more. We've seen two players try and soccer off the ground and have air swings so far.
So that's Keys on the outer side with some good work. Lost the handle on the ball. There was some high contact there, and there will be a free kick going to the Redland Bombers on the outer side to Cast. Now Cast, long inside 50 in the direction of Hughes at the back. Actually went the spoil and took it over the boundary line for another throw in. So the Bombers having the ball in front of the centre circle in their direction for most of the first term so far. Good ruck work there by Miles for the NT. Bombers have it though. Cast gets it across, but it's only taken by Aaron Motlop. Kicked inside the centre square. Ewing looks like he was being held there. It was Adrian Williams. They did well though, the Redland defence. Ewing needed the air brakes to stop in that wet. The ball bounces forward with Scott. Kicks it inside 50. It evades everybody, including Wesley Black. Nice pick up there by Estel to the goal square. And again, good defensive work from the NT, not giving them much inside 50.
Certainly, they've taken up the key position so far, taken a couple of really good saving marks, as you said, but certainly Redland with the run of the play so far.
So Ben Keys couldn't take the mark. Nice diving effort there by Hezekiah Lawrence, and the ball will be thrown up, I dare say, at left half forward for the Redland Bombers. Probably played about 6 minutes of this first term. There's a solitary point there. Ball going towards the boundary line. Keys picks it up. He's taken over by a couple, including Aaron Motlop.
And Ben Key's certainly one to watch today. Had another 24 touches in the win over Sydney Uni last week. And in the couple of NEAFL games he's had, he's been one of the best contributors for Redland. He's been a really good in for them at the back end of the season.
That's Liam Dettering, NEAFL journalist, with the special comments here on NEAFL TV as the NT get the ball out of defence again. Hunter for Redland had his name all over it, dropped into his bread basket, takes it right on centre wing. Nice bit of running work from Daniel Zufa now. The long left foot good in these conditions. Hit the chest of Cleve Hughes and bounced 2 metres back as Luke Scott gets the ball. Handballs it forward to Darren Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now 45 metres out. That is a beautiful piece of vision. Nice execution as well. Hits the chest of Blake Brewer 35 metres out directly in front.
And again, see the inability of NT to break the centre there. That had Hunter set up behind the ball, took the saving mark. And it was just good ball movement from there in terms of the conditions. It was Salter who was in front, dropped the mark, but they still got it going forward. And as you said, great vision from Darren Pfeiffer.
So Brewer comes in, makes the goal umpire do a little bit of work, but that's nice. Finish there from Blake Brewer, gets the first goal for Redland. It is 1-1-7 to the NT Thunder, yet to score here on NEAFL TV. Round 20, the Redland Bombers versus the NT here at Casheezi Park.
And we don't have the exact stats today, but just in terms of what we've seen so far, it's Redland who've taken control of the contest. They're winning the clearances, winning the contested ball, and that's exactly what you've got to do in these conditions. Get your hands on the footy, get it going forward. And already it's had immediate dividends with the first goal of the game on the board.
So the Redland Bombers currently sitting 5th on the NEAFL ladder, around about 128.4 the percentage, so just under the NT, 130, sitting 2nd place. Big game for them as Miles gets the tap out. It's taken by Pfeiffer. He's barreled as he gets his left foot to the ball. Injecting himself into the play, Willie Rioli. In the handball there now, Little. Left foot towards half forward. Leading in the chase is Brad Howard for Redland. Then nice shepherd there from Zufa. Just cleared the path again. Gets the ball back from Howard. Zufa tackled. Handball now gets to Landry, who's barreled over the boundary line. They seem to be handling the ball quite well, I think, Redland, considering these conditions, Liam.
Certainly have, Pricey. They've certainly been the cleaner, as you said. And Zufa, we've seen him play forward so many times this year when he's been available, but behind the ball, just a really good ball user and could be a very important player for them today.
Absolutely. As the ball stuck under several players, the rain just gets that little bit heavier here at Casheezi Park. We'll have a ball up right on the point of the centre square. You can see the scoreboard reading. Redlands 1-1-7 to the NT yet to score. Free kick will go to the Thunder here from the ruck contest. Just waiting for the ball to come back. Darren Ewing just sinks the slipper in, gets the ball back to Jonathan Miles. Miles is in between the wing and half forward. Decides to go long to the hot spot. Here's a big lead at the back. That was from Lockwood. Ball spills over the back of the pack. Lots of pressure from the Redland defence. Rees lost the handle on the ball. Picked up by Eilert. Tries to shrug everybody, holding the pill.
Terrific tackle from Brewer there.
Absolutely good work from the Redland defence under pressure as Parsfield sends it long. It was Miles who got rid of his opponent and let the ball come back in. Daniel Zufa misses the diving mark. Picked up by Brewer. Loses it. Ball hits the deck. Numbers with the NT, but over the line. One of the Redland players absolutely slung down Parsfield, I can see. And we'll have a ball up right next to the boundary line. Left forward pocket. Actually a throw in. Hunter versus Miles. Hunter got rid of Miles illegally, says the umpire. That's a free kick 30 metres out. Slide angle.
Well, that's 2 big wins for Miles. He's caused Hunter to impede twice inside the forward half, and now he's got a shot on goal. Pretty easy one, straight in front, 35 out, but you can never quite be sure on these conditions, can you?
Well, big fella, I'll have to get a form line from your good self, NEAFL journalist Liam Dettering here on how good Jonathan Miles can plant it from this. What do you reckon?
Oh, we'll just have a look, I reckon.
Here he goes. The big fella does it beautifully in the end. So that's the first score on the board for the NT Thunder. Redland 1-1-7 to 1 straight goal to the NT. Good goal by Jonathan Miles.
And we've been talking about how Redlands have sort of had the run of play over the opening 10 minutes or so, but the first chance they get NT to go inside 50, they make it count. Now had 1 goal on the board and they're only trailing by a point despite Redland's dominance.
We've played about 10 minutes of this first term, and you're dead right, Liam. They've dominated proceedings with regards to getting to the ball first. They've used it nicely, Redland, but made him pay there, did Jonathan Miles. Paul Hunter with the errant free kick in the ruck. umpires will be looking for an excuse to move the ball on as well and be looking for those free kicks that are there. Diving in there, Pfeiffer. Ball gets away from them and it's picked up there by Cameron Eilert, the NT skipper, co-captain with Aaron Motlop. And we'll have a ball up. Hunter did well jumping up against Miles, slapped it down, stuck underneath several again, including Andrew Smith, and we'll do it all again.
Yeah, I think we've seen the first ruck change of the day. Andrew Smith's on and Paul Hunter's come to the bench, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes as backup ruckman for Redland today as well.
Nice tap forward there by the man in Andrew Smith. Again, very tight play. It's going to be very, very difficult getting the ball out cleanly from these contested situations in this wet weather.
Well, just looking at the height of the comparative midfields, it looks like NT's a lot smaller height-wise, but that could help them today. Lower centre of gravity, you never know in the wet conditions.
Jonathan Miles having a rest and Neil Vivi coming on to do the ruck against Andrew Smith. Umpire will go for the fourth bounce. I reckon we've travelled about 2.5 metres for those 4 bounces. VV versus Smith. Third man up, Pfeiffer. That's the way. Clear the congestion. Now Salter picks it up. Goes the diving handball. Is that Rees trying to get the ball out? No, he's under pressure. It was Matty Thompson. Ball stuck under him again. A little bit of weight being thrown around there by Neil Vivi as well.
And that was really good from Darren Pfeiffer, the third man up. He started this game pretty well, and I reckon he'll relish these conditions today.
Well, former South Australian. Ball stuck under there. It was Salter not enjoying the close attention there as he gets up. Could get a little niggly with the conditions as well. Pfeiffer tried for the third man up, missed the pill. NT should be able to get away here through Wesley Black. Good tackle. Ben Keys affected everything. Now Howard, can he control it? He's got Eilert on his hammer. Eilert had the ball kicked away by Willie Rioli Jr. Now getting it through Liddell. Now that was a high shot sliding in. Redland free kick. You take your life into your hands sliding in these conditions. Nice jump there by Wesley Black, but blocked there against Pfeiffer as explained by the umpire. So Wesley Black will take the free kick. Long to half forward, just going up with the 1 mitt Lockwood, so it's easily repelled. Wesley Black drops it. Pfeiffer puts himself in, throws it forward. Cast gets right on the hammer, but they move it. Now Ben Rioli. Big long kick there by Hezekiah Lawrence to half forward. Contest again, Lockwood brings the ball down, but Howard did well. Got the handball out and the Bombers will be away down the line. There's Hezekiah again. Lawrence takes a juggling chest mark.
Well, now we're seeing a similar problem to what NT had in the first 10 minutes. They just can't clear the ball past centre at the moment. Redland's kicked it straight back to an NT player on the last couple of occasions going forward.
They tried the switcher play there, the NT. It was cut off there by the Redland halfback defence, doing quite well. Salter barrelled as he kicks it. Ben Keys, the young fella, I like the cut of his jib, Liam, can play. And Luke Scott gets it to right half forward. Nice mark taken by Reece Estel. So the Bombers now in attack. This will go long to the tune of Matt Thompson, and that was a beautifully weighted kick. Now Thompson was behind his player, but that put it to his advantage beautifully, 20 metres out.
Well, just had the penetration on it, that kick there from Estel, and I think he's done a couple of really nice things as well to start. He was dropped a couple of weeks ago, but just his hands on occasion, so he's had a couple of really nice pickups. Chest mark, normally bread and butter, but in these conditions, very hard, and he took it with ease. And then, as you said, the penetrating kick in to Matty Thompson, who should finish off.
He certainly does. Absolutely. 1 goal last week for Matty Thompson, and he's already matched that. So the Bombers get their second. It's 2-1-13. Play the NT Thunder 1 straight goal. We've played around about, gee whiz, we've played nearly 15 minutes of the first term here on NEFL TV, round 20.
And NT might be questioning the decision to switch the ball on that occasion. It's always difficult to switch in these conditions, and to take it right back across the centre square, a turnover there is going to kill you. And Redland showed it there, and Matty Thompson, he's been a really good goal kicker for them this year. I think he's averaging something like 2 goals a game, and just there we see it again, the value of him in that forward 50.
I was about to say, some of the skills in these conditions have been quite good. It has been raining in around southeast Queensland for about the last 5 hours after we were drought declared officially last week. Taken without the ball, Phil Cast there by Neil Vivi, and he'll take the free kick, the Redland co-captain in the middle of the ground. Long inside 50, here's Hughes in front, big leap at the back, Pfeiffer. Could have been paid given the conditions, no he couldn't. Matt Thompson tried to get it forward, now NT under enormous pressure. The Bombers throwing themselves in the goal square, they've got to get rid of it now. Here's Ben Rioli in the headgear, kicks it long Looking for Willie. Oh, almost with the consummate skill. He looked like he was out of that contest for all money. Could have almost jagged that with a juggling effort over the boundary line.
Well, there's some very inventive players in this NT side, and Ben Rioli and Willie Rioli are two of them, and we almost even saw them link up really nicely there.
So Vivi in the ruck will give that one to Smith, who's tapped it down. Was picked up by Rowe. Duggan couldn't get the ball away. Smothering there. Good effort there from the Redland players. Shannon Rioli was the player trying to get a kick. It's punched through for one behind now. Nice defensive work there by Justin Bugler.
Well, he's been one of their best in recent weeks. Him and Aaron Wosley Black, since they've been back in combination in the side, have beat their opponents in the last 3 or 4 games, I think, and they've been 2 of the reasons NT have gone on such a long winning streak of 7 games now.
Well, 7 games in a row for the NT. Now, they've won their last 3 away games too, Liam. They're not usually that productive away from home, but they've fixed that towards the last few weeks.
Yeah, they certainly have. Obviously, one of those, the Alice Springs game, but still 2 hours from Darwin, technically an away game, as Xavier Park reminded me during the week. So, yeah, as you said, a lot of confidence coming into this game. They've got the week off next week. They can really throw everything at this contest.
Oh, big contest. Lockwood over the back. He might have nailed his own man in Vivi there, but he butters up, tries to pick the ball up. Davey now slips it back to Lockwood, handballs it forward to Little. He gets tackled. Wesley Black in there. Ball stuck underneath several. Big contest from lots of bodies there. Umpy does the right thing and will ball it up at right half forward for the NT. Played about 17 minutes here of the first term. 2-2-14 to Redland. The NT Thunder 1 straight goal. Several players missed the ball. VV puts himself in. Good work there. Oh, absolutely belted in the tackle and high, said the umpire. The Redland player there in Sam Godfrey will accept the free kick at left half back. This will relieve the pressure. That's an ordinary effort. And he kicks the ball directly to Sam Godden. So Godden for the NT now. Wants to put him back under pressure. Oh, nice kick. And just a beautiful bit of work there from Will Rioli. Kicks it long towards the goal square. Zufa, nice defensive work, gets himself in, loses the ball now. Davey shrugs it off. Lockwood tries to get it forward. Eilert taken without the ball and in the back. Umpire says the NT skipper will take a free kick 10 metres out on a slight angle.
Well, I reckon Williams had hold of him non-stop for about 20 seconds there. In the marking contest, he had the arms wrapped right around him, nearly pulled his jumper over his head, and then in the second contest that followed up, the umpire saw the contact and Eilert to take the free kick. Reliable shot at goal. We should be expecting him to put this one right through the middle.
Here he goes then, from 45-degree angle. Just let go from about 15. Makes the umpire work a little, but it sneaks in, and that is the second goal for the NT. So it's a 1-point game, 2-point game, 2-2-14. Plays 2 straight 12 here with about 25 minutes gone here of the first term on Nearfield TV.
And despite the conditions, Michael, I think it's been a terrific game of footy. We've seen a great contest. Lots of players throwing themselves in. It's a really willing game, as you'd expect, with so much on the line for both teams. And certainly one who started well, Cameron Eilert, probably the NT's most important player, their captain, or one of their co-captains. He's had another sensational year for the Thunder.
Very good footballer, very hard at the ball. You can see why they're minding close attention to him in the middle. Now we'll give that one to Hunter as the A-grade ruckman are back on the field. Hunter versus Miles. Landry gets his left foot to the ball, centre half forward. Nice body work there by Pfeiffer. Got rid of his opponent in Rioli. Ball hits the deck. And I think it was Tyler Jones. I can't quite see who.
I think that's Josh Smith on the ground.
Josh Smith on the ground now, 35. Good call there, Liam. Wesley Black tackling him into the ground. Miles wins the tap over Hunter. Ball stuck under again. You see those splashes of water.
Well, there are certainly patches on the ground where it's not too bad and the ball skids on, but then every now and again we just see one of those massive puddles come into play. Ball stop, players go flying over the top, so very interesting to see how the players continue to deal with it. So I think you noticed something there, Mike.
No, just Brad Reeves. He did put his head down and sort of played for the kick, but umpire paid the high contact as he's entitled to do. Ball goes inside 50. Now it's with Estill. Again, curls it around the right foot. Hughes had the good position, but that's a great bit of defensive work from Bugler again.
I can't believe that wasn't paid a mark, though. Who else got hands on it?
Might have juggled the second one over the line.
Good call, good call.
But he brings it back out as the Redland score one another behind to take it to a 3-point ball game. That's off the foot of Alwyn Davey, and the boundary umpire says yes, out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Matt Thompson taking the free kick, 70 metres out, left half forward for the Redland Bombers here at Casheezi Park. He plays on immediately. The slack work on the mark there from Alwyn Davey there to let Matt Thompson get an extra 5 metres as the ball dribbles into the forward line. Goes over in front of Cleve Hughes for a throw in, 30 metres out.
I think we'll see that a lot today, just the long kick in down the line and reset for the stoppage, because I think that's the best way to goals at the moment. It's going to be very difficult for key forwards to take any clean marks today.
Ball hits the deck now. Leading in the race there was Abe Ankers. Tried to get the ball out. Brewer didn't like the close attention. Umpire says we'll ball it up. 45 metres out directly in front as the rain gets a little bit heavier here at Casheezi Park. Players doing beautifully, I think, in these conditions as the ball gets slapped forward. It's picked up there by Tyler Jones. Couldn't quite get a handle on it. Thrown away. And the ball scrubbed forward for the NT by Jakura. Bounces now in front of Lockwood. As soon as he gets the ball, he gets tackled. Now Phil Cass missed his teammate with the handball, but beautiful recovery. Ends up with Brad Howard kicking it towards half forward. Miles did well. Got the ball, handballed as he was tackled. Now Pfeiffer in front. Started the game beautifully. Brewer, an air swing. Ball hits the deck, so Brewer gets it again. Puts it forward. Oh, Bugler again. That is great defensive stuff that's going to set up an attacking play for the NT Thunder. Aaron Motlop down the outer wing. Does well. Inside 50 to the run of the raging bull in Ewing. Can he control the ball? He taps it back in. It's with Rioli. Shannon kicks it. How about that for vision? Amazing stuff. Hits Nathan Jakura on the chest. 35 metres out. That's beautiful work in these conditions.
That was dry weather footy almost from the NT. It was terrific from Justin Bugler to run off Hughes, win the contest, and not only win it, but he delivered lace out to a teammate. And then just that kick from Rioli, that was terrific, to Nathan Jakura. And we'll be expecting him to also put this one through, I reckon.
You would think with his experience, he leans back, makes the goal umpire work and work too much. So it's a missed opportunity there after some amazingly good work. So it's 2-3-15 to Redland, 2-1-13 to the NT Thunder. 2 points.
Might be a bit out of his comfort zone at the moment. He hasn't made a trip outside the NT all year, and first trip to Brisbane had a soda to kick and couldn't finish off.
Might not be used to these conditions as well, as the ball is in dispute at half forward for the NT. Willie Rioli gets it forward now in defence. Andrew Scott leading the chase. Or sliding in and dangerously, Brad Rees. So that will be a free kick to the NT, and it'll go to Alwyn Davey. That, especially in these conditions, if you are diving in, that's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, certainly something that's going to be watched quite closely. But in the initial contact, I thought Alwyn Davey just turned his body brilliantly. He didn't quite get the ball in that contest, but obviously got the free kick. Very difficult kick, though, from this pocket.
Well, he's going to let go from 45 metres out. Very tight against the boundary line. 1 point result. So it's only a 1 point ball game now. I think the NT have done very well to keep that close, given the start that Redland had. The Bombers will bring it back in, playing onto himself now. It's Brad Howard, long. He was looking for pass field, but putting himself in nicely there. Sam Godden for the NT. Sees something he likes, but putting himself in the way. The Redland defender in Phil Lovett. Again, they move it down the outer side. Using the ball nicely there. Good running down the corridor as well as it goes to left half forward. Chipping in there. The NT defence have it covered there. That was through Lawrence again. Goes for Davey. He dodges. He weaves the left foot inside 50. Redland got the numbers covered again. Nicely done there. Pass field.
That wasn't
his target. Was an absolute mung that hit his teammate on the chest. You've got to admit that one. Down the outer side, Landry. And that's dribbling over the boundary line in front of Matt Thompson. But yeah, that wasn't his intended target, Liam.
Well, I think both players actually missed their intended targets, but it turned out well for them on both occasions. So very lucky stuff for Redlands there.
Oh, nice work. Read off the pack beautifully by Eilert at full tilt inside 50. Lockwood gets rid of his man. Can he get the ball? He actually attacks the Redland player. That's holding the man. The umpire has called it holding.
Yeah. He
yeah.
has, Michael. And
I thought he actually did have that and might have got rid of it just as tackled, but I'm a long way from the action. The umpire's right there.
But Phil Lovett there, Lockwood attempted to knock him off the ball, and he just did terrifically to keep it going forward for his side there. He was another one who was dropped a couple of weeks ago, but came in last week, and he'll be looking to hold this spot as Redlands assault the finals in a couple of weeks' time.
Brad Howard, long down the line for Hunter, punched away from him by Miles. Good roving work there, the NT. It's taken back by Rees, though. He kicks it long to half forward. Luke Scott fell back into the pack. The ball hit the deck as a result. It's picked up there and thrown into the ground. We will have another ball up. Lots of stoppages there. In this particular part of the ground, right half forward, the Bombers into attack again. Brewer off the deck. Hughes in front, punched away. Sorry, I can't see the actual player from Redland that was attacking the ball. That one was Liddell, or Little, for the NT. He handballs it forward. Nice work here from Davey. Got a good shepherd. Now with the outside of the boot. Kicks it to centre half forward to the advantage of Ewing. Ewing gets rid of his opponent, but overcooked the ball. Now Redlands have the numbers. Picked up by Adrian Williams now. The handball back. And it comes out to Luke Scott.
And Parfield will deliver the ball for him there. He's been terrific across the half-back line. I think he's had probably 10 or so disposals, and he's mopped up time and time again.
Absolutely. Reading the play nicely off the half-back line is Parfield. Now Salter with the ball. Salter inside 50 for Redland. Diving effort there, or slipping effort. Now it's going to end up with Brewer, who's run beautifully on the right foot and knocks it over. Again, that's his second goal, and they've done it nicely, Redland, when they move the ball. And they're doing it like it's a dry weather day half the time. It's nicely done.
Well, you mentioned the sliding effort from Hughes, but how good were the crumbs from Matty Thompson? Just in the one grab, on the run in the wet, just terrific. Got the handball out and grew on with a really nice finish there. For, as you mentioned, his second goal. He started really well too for the Bombers.
Now Redland with their third goal, 3-3-21, playing the NT 2-2-14. It's Casheezi Park. It's round 20. Here on this wonderful 2014 near-full season. It's not the greatest weather we've put on in southeast Queensland, but it's a great game so far given those conditions. Failure to get a clearance there, some good defensive work and good tackling.
Well, I think it's got lost in all the talk of the low scores in the AFL, but you don't always need a high-scoring game to have a quality contest, and that's what we've seen so far. Despite there only being 5 goals, it's a terrific game of football.
Lots of very heavy body work going in the middle as the Bombers put it forward to centre half forward. Wesley Black, can he control it? Couldn't take the first grab, could have got one high. Nothing doing, says the umpire. Now with Alwyn Davey, he slides and takes the mark. He'll want to move it reasonably quickly, and does. He's got a man out here in Anchors. Anchors takes the mark and then takes off. Kicks it quickly to Lockwood. Over the back of the pack, nicely roved. Here comes Jakura. He picks it up and takes one high. That'll be a free kick. He wants to move it on, no.
A few groans coming from the Redland crowd there, but I think that was fair enough. Certainly went over the shoulder there, and Nathan Jakira has now his second chance from a slightly more difficult angle, but he'll be hoping to do much better than his first shot on goal.
You think just a little sloppy in the attack on the man there. Just slipped a little high, and that's going to happen easily. So Jakura lets it go, and one behind results. Or did that even count?
And a little bit going on off the ball just to finish this quarter. Bit of feeling in the game, always good to see, as long as there's nothing silly from either side.
Now, did that behind count?
Well, did the umpire call play on, or?
Because I have not seen the goal umpire signal, but there's a real melee happening here. Trying to have a look through the binoculars. It's still going on underneath all of that. It's getting quite ordinary. Both teams involved.
This is very much ill-discipline from both sides. They're both looking at playing finals, and if anyone was to get rubbed out as a result of something silly going on here, I don't think you'd have two very happy coaches.
No, I think exactly right. Exactly, especially if you're... well, look, either coach, it doesn't matter. You're in a position, you've got second versus fifth here, and a great example of how to play good, hard, tough and skillful weather football we've seen in the first quarter here in round 20. It's a very ill-disciplined display from both sides, given their ladder positions, as you say.
You'd think they'd know heading in that what's on the line, so whether something is said to one of the players or something, it's a bit hard to tell from up here, but just not what we want to see, I guess, in a game that should be celebrated for the physical contest rather than all this off-the-ball niggle.
Well, it's been a great first term, as we say, good example of how to play good footy in wet weather, and looking forward to a good, hard contest for the rest of it. At quarter time, Redland 3-3-21 to the NT Thunder 2-2-14, a 7-point margin, and we'll be back with the second term very shortly here on NEFL TV. to the second quarter here of round 20 Nifl TV. We've got the Redland Bombers at home at Casheezi Park to the NT Sunday. Second term just underway. You've got Redland kicking through to your right of screen. The co-captain Phil Pass taken high, wins a free kick against Shannon Rioli in the middle of the ground here at Casheezi Park. It's been raining for about 4 or 5 hours straight in Brisbane. Hughes at the back for the Bombers. Punches it, centre forward, Brewer toes it off the ground. Did I say kicks? The tribe out of it off the ground, inside 50. Great defensive work from Jonathan Perris. Gets the ball away now. Ben Rioli to right half back and nicely read there by Josh Smith for Redland. He's got a lot of people in front of him. Goes long from 50 to a vacant goal square. Nice work there, Josh Smith. Nobody believed he was going to kick it that far. And NT had the numbers, Liam, in defensive 50, and he just belted it over their heads.
It was two pretty ordinary pieces of defensive play though by the NT. Firstly from Ben Rioli trying to play dry weather footy, just with a kick back across goal mark by Josh Smith, and just to have no one back on the line really. Poor stuff there from the NT. It was Islet who desperately tried to get back, but just no one on the line, and easy as you like, it just dribbled through, no contest.
So that's the fourth goal for the Redland Bombers. 4-3-27, plays the NT 2-2-14 as we get the restart happening in the middle of the ground. Ground's held up reasonably well. It's been raining solidly, as I said, for several hours here in southeast Queensland. Cameron Islet now then gets the ball. He's barreled into the ground. Umpire says unfairly pushing the back. And the NT co-captain will take the free kick in front of the Russell Paul Hunter. He takes off quickly. The wobbling helicopter that bounces dangerously for Redland as the NT miss an opportunity with the run there. It's towed forward though, and now he's got a chance. Bankers off the deck, can he make it? Alwyn Davey can't pick it up. No, it wasn't McKenzie. It's back now to Willie Rioli. Could have taken a high shot. He shrugged it off though and belted it through. Boy, they've got some skill. The Riolis, haven't they, as a family? You'd just like to bottle that, wouldn't you?
Well, the whole family, because there's a lot of Riolis that have come through over the years, but that was just, again, we saw how clean his hands are, especially in these wet conditions. The first contest, I think, was up on the 50. He was the one who got the ball going forward, trapped it really nicely, and then I thought from Bankers, it was just really clever there. He could have blazed away on the left at goal, but decided to come back inboard. Rioli was able to shrug his shoulders, work the tackler off, and just a brilliant snap on that right foot. Terrific finish from him.
So back to that 7-point quarter-time margin here on Nifl TV. We've got the Redland Bombers leading 4-3-27 to the NT 3-2-20. Michael Price calling your action with Liam Detrick, Nifl journalist, giving all the special comments. Aaron Pfeiffer has an air swing picked up by Wesley Black for the NT. He gets rid of the ball just. Ball smothered now. Trying to get it through the corridor again. It's towed forward by the Bombers. Phil Pass. There's the fellow who did that. Picked up nicely by Hughes, and then he loses the handle on it. He butters up again. Good work, the big fella. Handball back to Ben Keane. He bangs it forward. Good contest there from Salter. Brings it to ground for Redland. Josh Smith, the last goal kicker. Handballs back out to Pfeiffer. Under pressure, just handballs wildly away. And the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in between half forward and the left forward pocket. Pfeiffer gets up very gingerly for Redland.
Well, they missed an opportunity there, Redlands. Pfeiffer was all by himself running through, and just a handball from Josh Smith. Unfortunately, a bit too far in front of him, and ended up rolling out of bounds just inside their forward 50.
So Hunter wins the tap at NT, clears the ball. Now they're in attack through Jakura. Punched away by Lockwood to the NT. Now Islet leads in the chase. Beautifully kicked up again in the wet conditions. Long kick to right half forward. Alwyn Davey was sitting and waiting for it. His Redland opponent came through and punched the ball away. Now Bombers with the ascendancy in the middle. Zufa misses though. Picked up nicely there by Lawrence for the NT, but then scrubbed forward by the Bombers. Boy, oh boy, lots of hard body action going into the centre of the ground where it is getting mushy. Lockwood could not get to the ball. Now ducking there, and Zufa gets the ball to Howard. Howard now, he reads the pass. Pass to half forward. Defensive work there by the NT again. That was Wesley Black going in again. Half picked up there by Salter. He puts up the big bomb. Now Miles and Pfeiffer waiting under it. Miles just watched the ball from Pfeiffer's grab. It's put forward now. Ben Keys slides through. Ball slapped away from him. Wesley Black dodges and weaves. Nicely done to Rose Duggan. Hyphen to hyphen. Down towards left half forward. Nicely read there by Passfield, but couldn't accept the test mark over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Superbly done there, Pricey. I think in need of a break after that, because that was non-stop, I think, for 2 minutes. Just players going in hard. No real clean possessions, just sort of pinballing it around. But that was the epitome of wet weather footy. It was great to watch.
And the lights are on here at Casheezi Park, as you can probably see. NT now, well picked up there by Carl Contact, handball over the top, and umpire has called. The furthest umpire away called the high contact. That was on Wesley Black. Owen Davey wanted to play on. He was pulled back. So Wesley Black has it on centre wing. Tries to measure a pass. Beautifully read there and cut off by Andrew Scott. He kicks it to half forward for the Bombers. Keeping his feet beautifully, Matt Thompson. Scoots it up. Inside 50, he lets go. And he gets hit after disposal. It was going through for a behind, but they'll take the kick downfield. And that's a gimme for the Bombers.
I'm not really sure about that one. I think Jack Long, just in the act of chasing, followed through and didn't look to be much in it, but they've got the free kick and it's actually being brought back.
Because it went through for the behind, it is brought back. So Matt Thompson, he's on a 45-degree angle. You'll follow this on Newfield TV. We're looking right down the barrel. He's inside 50 just. Let's go. It's straight into the goal square. Big pack of players fly. And it was nicely done there by Justin Bugler over the boundary line with a double fist over the goal line, I should say, and one behind.
But what got lost in all of that, I think you mentioned it briefly, was how good Matt Thompson was to keep his feet there. He just edged, I think it was Lawrence off the ball really well there and earned himself a shot on goal just because he had the balance and the composure to keep himself up.
I have a certain empathy for that short, stocky body shape that keeps you more stable in the wet weather endeavouring as the ball goes forward for the entry. Oh, for Redland again. Here he goes, and Estill curls it around with the left foot. And another behind results.
And Estill's really that dominant figure up forward at the moment, isn't he? Hughes, probably not the conditions for him, but Estill just that mid-size. He's been really good today. Just hasn't quite finished off yet. All his good work.
So the NT play on and move it forward. Now he's just going to roost this as long as he can. Now VV might accept the free kick. No, he gave it away. It is Andrew Smith. The two second ruckman against each other. That's a big wobbler from Andrew Smith inside 50. Salter, this is a great pick up there by Wesley Black. Kicks it to the wing. Ewing's made his way all the way up to the front. That was a massive contest. Pfeiffer in. Huge physical performance there, and he just picked himself up. Looks like, and his shoulder underneath there as well. Boy, they went in hard.
Well, I think he actually had surgery off-season on that shoulder, which you can see strapped, and he copped a massive knock there, so hopefully he can recover all right from that because he's been pretty good so far today.
Big contest here on outer wing. Josh Smith. Nobody can get a hold of the ball. As you can see, you can throw a hanky over about 25 players here in front of the commentary position. And umpire says, let's try and clear this out. And one of the ball up, last man up was Sam Godden for the NT. VV versus Smith. I'll give that one to VV. Slaps it down. Andrew Scott couldn't control it. He's got several jumping on him, including Jake Roduggan over the top. And we'll have a ball up again. Similar spot. VV slaps it forward for NT, but it's all the Bombers. Pfeiffer again, putting himself in and keeping it in beautifully. To right half forward, slipping over there, Luke Scott at the final moment. Gets back up, Salter now, couldn't take the ball away. The Bombers still battling through, a high shot from Reeves, and then holding the ball, so they dodge the bullet, one each. Ball stuck under several now, trying to get through Shannon Rioli. Couldn't get rid of it. Jakura slides in. Nice tackling work, Carl Cossack. And we'll have a ball up. Just starting to get that physical niggle again. As you see, Pierce Little come in and just give a little bit to Blake Passfield.
Well, just the contest we've seen from both teams. It's reminiscent of what we'll see in the finals. It's been really terrific as a free kick's pulled off the ball.
This is a finals-worthy game. That's a good call, Liam, as a free kick has been pulled. It'll go to Aaron Motlop, the co-captain.
And 50.
50. Didn't quite see what that was for. Did you get that, Liam?
Well, I'm not sure if it was the ball going back to the wrong player. I think that might be what it was for. It didn't. We couldn't hear any abuse up here, so I think it was the ball going back to the wrong player.
Strictly to the letter of the law. So Aaron Motlop, 70 to 80 metres away from goal. Open goal square as we speak. He puts it up to the hot spot. He sets it up for Lockwood. It didn't quite reach him. Punched away from VB by Smith. Cleared by the Bombers. It's to left half back. Good physical effort there to keep the ball in play. Good pressure from the NT Thunder as Davey gets belted off the ball. Plays for a free kick. Umpire says no. They'll bring the ball up. At half forward to the NT. They're trailing by 9 points here. About 10 minutes gone. Second turn. Kicked inside 50. Bounces nicely there to Zufa. Arches his back, dodges, and then launches a nice left footer. That was beautifully directed. Now it was Estel who probably should have taken that mark. It dropped half field, sorry. Ball kicked down the outer side for Redland. Hughes at the back. Now here's Estel. Picks it up, gets tackled. Ball still stuck there. Very lucky to get away with that one as he handballs it over the boundary line and then throw it in front of the scoreboard.
Well, he ended up losing his jumper for his troubles, did Reece Estel. Not sure. I think the umpire called it pretty nicely there because obviously he'd had the head down to pick up the footy and I think did all he could not to get into his head and well called from the umpire.
So there you go. Ball slapped down by Smith. Pfeiffer tried to handball it over his head and scrubbed forward. Leading in the chase there. Bill Lovett. It's knocked over. Ball's now handballed over the head of Parsfield. Godfrey just injects himself there. Taken high possibly on this stop. That's what the crowd was after, but thrown down. Again, another big physical tackle to NT. Really putting some physical pressure on that time, Jonathan Perry.
Well, I think Andrew Scott showed his teammate Godfrey what he needed to do in the situation there is keep your feet and not go to ground. But I think his core strength is certainly really impressive as we see a very poor kick from A-Bankers, I think there. I think it's fair to say.
Using his right foot when in the old days the left foot might have done. Goes back, pops a bit of variable from Godfrey now, and Godfrey.
And I can tell you from personal experience, A-Bankers likes to say a bit on the footy field as well, so certainly not shy in getting acquainted with his opposition.
We're just waiting for the ball to be returned here. Definitely. Must have gone into the clubhouse, looking to get dry the ball. Umpire brings out the fresh one.
Maybe he just wanted the dry footy, maybe that's what we were after, so we got rid of the old one.
So Brad Howard has the ball for the Bombers. A little bit of movement for him, but he'll go long down the line. Flying nicely through it. A big fit from Jonathan Miles. Ball will lose Andrew Scott. Picked up there by Reed, who's immediately tackled. Feel a little bit of stink going on in close quarters. Good physical contact here at Casheezi Park. McKenzie couldn't quite get the clear of the ball as Alan Davey deals with Ben Keys in what was a bump. Basically off the ball, so Ben Keys gleefully accepts the free kick and goes inside 50. It falls nicely for Matt Thompson after Hunter couldn't claim it. Thompson now, he sees Parsfield putting himself in. Willie Rioli, Parsfield butters up for a second go. Picks it up, gets rid of it to Salter. Salter towards the goal, and it'll be rushed through for another behind note. It's going to hit the boundary, hit the behind post. So we'll have a boundary throw in left forward pocket.
And it was Matt Thompson again across half forward for Redlands who was clean with his hands, and it looked like a great kick inside 50, but again, terrific play from Willie Rioli. We were seeing more at the forward end, but got back in defence really nicely then to cut off and stop what looked like a certain mark and shot at goal for the Bombers.
We have another congested effort inside forward 50 for the Bombers. 20 metres from goal. Hunter versus Miles. Now Miles slipped over. That gave Hunter the advantage. The ball was picked up there by A-Bankers. Scrubs it forward. Now it's kicked forward by the Bombers. Ben Rioli, can he control it? He does, but he gets control as well and tackled and thrown down. So just edging it a few metres closer to the Redland goal.
Certainly, as we've seen all day, just really tight in the contest, and it's been a fantastic to see from both sides, just the tackling pressure, the contested ball.
And rushed through there, that one by Davey, or was it the free kick being plucked out? Davey was dealt with, and there's been another bit of remonstration there as Davey will accept the ball.
Yep, so that behind won't count. Free kick to Alwyn Davey.
So Davey now gets it to Wesley Black. Umpire blew his whistle. Well, Wesley Black had dropped the mark, so he put play on. That was good work. So Wesley Black plays on. Willie Rioli gets into the back of Brad Reeves. And so Reeves accepts the free kick. He wants to go short there. That's good manning of the mark from Rioli and smothers it. There's an illegal tackle with Landry. Takes the NT player in Shannon Rioli without the ball, so he'll get a free kick in defensive 50.
Well, we saw two players from opposing sides really put their body in well there. Brad Reeves, firstly, just used his body really nicely and put himself in between the player and the ball and was rewarded with the free kick. Saw exactly the same there from Shannon Rioli.
So, long kick from Shannon Rioli, looking for Jonathan Miles, flies at the front, good spoil from Hunter. Then missing the ball, Sam Godden stepped over. Now it's Scott for Redland, inside 50. Should swallow this, the NT player. Wesley Black could have marked it, went for the spoil. Bugler picks it up, back to Wesley Black. Kicks it forward, Jack Long accepts it on the chest. Now he goes long down the line. This is Lockwood. He's tackled somewhat high to start with. Yes, umpire sees that. Will accept the free kick. He will only pay him if they're there, and that was slightly there, but still there. Lockwood towards half 50, half forward and the 50. And the ball swallowed by the Redland defence.
Certainly was. After he won the free kick, that kick just needed to go much higher than it did. He punched it straight into Brad Reeves, who was standing in the perfect position there. And another turnover going forward for the NT.
Andrew Scott kicks it forward there. Please, Hughes wants to get involved. Bugler's been all over him. That could have been deliberate. No, umpire says throw in.
And just while we have a moment, I think we were talking about it off air, why Redlands were wearing the blue kit today, slightly blue kit, and they've got a partnership with Beyond Blue, so I'm pretty sure that's what it's for.
Magnificent organisation, Beyond Blue as well. So if you need your support, please do. Good stuff from the Redland Bombers here. As we'll have another ball up between wing and half forward. Just after about 18 minutes of the second term here at Casheezi Park. It's towed forward, but hits the puddle, then goes over the boundary line to a throw in just in front of the commentary box. 9 points, Redland leading at this stage.
Well, we haven't seen a goal, I think, in how long has it been since we've seen a goal?
10 minutes.
So both teams, this is a really tight struggle at the moment, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Crowd was wanting holding the ball. McKenzie got the high shot, umpire call. So we'll accept the free kick. He handballs it back to Wesley Black. Under pressure from Brewer. Down the line. Lockwood, good contest, Hunter, and roved by Willie Rioli, who uses the outside of the boot. And that's a nice kick to touch 40 metres down the line. Some good skills from Willie Rioli Jr. One of 3 Riolis in the NT side today.
Well, just very clever again from him, and we've seen him play a lot higher up the ground than we have in previous weeks. Obviously, with the wet conditions, no real point having someone with his quality stuck inside the forward 50 all day. So it's been good to see him get a bit more of the footy than usual.
Miles actually won that hit over Hunter, but Redland ended up with the ball. They took it over the boundary line, and we'll get a throw in right where the 50-metre arc intersects.
We've had almost 20 minutes gone, almost ticking into time on, and no change in the score. Still 9-point lead to the Bombers.
So Miles gets it over Hunter. Nice work from Little to get it out with the hands. Again, Redland player was taken high there, and that was Reese. He's got that body, hasn't he? This stocky body that copes with these wet conditions. Estel did beautifully. Good strength and balance. Kicks it long towards Hughes. Hughes has it punched away by Ben Rioli. Rioli long to left half forward. Willie Rioli diving, gets the ball punched away from him. Rees, he's confronted there by Anchors. Balls, and he actually placed it over the try line. That's a 4-pointer right there. And a throw in between wing and left half forward.
And I know it's not great conditions for the forwards here, but I think Cleve Hughes would be quite disappointed with his effort there to have Ben Rioli spoil him so easily. Just needed to use his body a bit better, and he would have taken that mark, but not to be.
Eilert, Ben Rioli, long inside 50. It's going to bounce towards Ewing. Hasn't seen much of the ball today. Takes it over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in about 30 metres from the NT goal.
Well, and although we've seen a terrific contest, the one thing we have really been robbed of is the 2 spearheads of the NEAFL competition. Darren Ewing with 65 goals for the year, and Cleve Hughes with 76. We haven't seen them really click into gear today. which we might have if conditions were more suitable to open football.
So another throw in will come a couple of metres away from the left-hand point post. At the end that the NT Thunder will be kicking to. They're trailing by 9. Good hard contest in these conditions. Jakura dives, gets the handball away. Picked up by Anchors. He chips it forward. Jakura running at it and Zufa. That's a good physical contest. How's the roving? Great snap. And a goal to the NT Thunder. Now that contest from Jakura and Zufa deserved something.
Well, it was
and
terrific.
It happened for the NT.
Absolutely terrific from Jakura. And in a similar incident, I think earlier in the year, about 6 or 7 weeks ago, he was also concussed in a similar sort of contest. Not a marking contest, but just ball on the ground. So he's super hard at it. We saw that in his AFL career, and since he's come back to the Thunder, that's what he's given to their midfield, a real hard edge. And he was the one who created the goal there, so you can almost chalk that one down to his ability to win that contest.
Great stuff as the NT move closer. 4-5-29 to Redland, 4-2-26 to the NT Thunder. This is a great game of round 20 near full football. Kick forward by the Redland Bombers. Good contest. It's taken there by Roe Duggan. He's taken and he'll accept a free kick. So Roe Duggan. Gets stagnant in front of him. He's getting lots of direction. And now he'll go as long as possible. Nicely read there by Hunter. Didn't advantage many NT players that ball. This Hunter accepts it. Now that's a wobbly looking conveyance. Nicely taken. Good sure hands from Darren Pfeiffer right on centre wing. Pfeiffer, looks to pierce the ball back and then tries to make up for his bad work by going in hard, putting his body on the line. Did well. Got the handball back to Scott. Kicks it to left, to half forward. VV could have accepted the mark. Double punched it forward. Again, the NT putting their bodies in, including Jakura. The hard. Ball stuck underneath several. Again, umpire is going to ball it up at right half forward.
And a couple of these boys are going to have very sore bodies tomorrow, I think. Free kick off the ball.
High contact, and it'll go to the NT. And Little again will accept a free kick. Went the unusual method of a torpedo up the middle of the ground. It's going to bounce nicely for Brad Howard, though. He gets the ball away. Salter! Ewing chased him down, affected the kick, but Salter still got it away. Leading in the charge, Luke Scott for the Bombers. He's held by Wesley Black. Ball stuck under. Umpire says we'll ball it up on the outer side.
And that was really good work there from Luke Scott. I think it was a 3-on-1 contest coming his way if he didn't hold that one in, and they were certainly out there, the NT, if he didn't hold that in, but terrifically well done.
Andrew Smith, good ruck contest there. He wins it, gets it down to Cast. Cast to the lead of Hughes, who takes his mark about 70 metres from goal. Will go long, looking for Estill, but too long, in fact, and the mark's taken by Jack Long for the NT Thunder.
Again, just not a great kick, though. In these conditions, to try and spear and pinpoint a pass like that makes it very difficult for your fellow forwards. Just too easy to defend in these conditions.
A few torpedoes being unloaded as VV takes advantage of that one. Kicks it down the outer side in the Willie Rioli direction. Consummate skill from Willie Rioli. Did beautifully. Found Eilert. Eilert wants to play on. Got a handball affected by the chasing of Parsfield, and that was good because Davey was away otherwise. Now it's held up at half forward for the NT. Well battled by the Bombers as they kick it towards centre wing. Good contest. Now it's with Ben Rioli. Kicks it to right half forward. Inside 50, Tyler Jones dropped what he might have taken. You have to forgive the players in these conditions, methinks. Ball's like a cake of soap. Picked up by Tyler Jones again. Gets the ball away to Scott. Scott wants to just measure it to Sam Godfrey. Does so. He accepts it and goes long down the line. Luke Scott. Will it bounce nicely for him or Estill? It does for either. Back to Landry. NT putting the pressure on, dislodging the ball. Jack Long got that. It's at half back, and again several players, as soon as it gets bottled up, you watch the umpire do the right thing he does and say we'll ball it up and clear this congestion.
Well, it's just been stuck across that far side for the last 5 or so minutes, just moving up and down the flank, and it's been, as it has been all game, just a really tight contest between two extremely willing sides, considering what's on the line for both at the end of this game for the winner.
Well, Liam, there are some definite ramifications for results here, especially for Redland if they can win this game and their next one at home against Aspley. They can finish anywhere between 3 and 6 on the near full ladder. It'll be a magnificent result.
And we know how important those third and fourth spots are. Obviously, in week one of the finals, they get the home final, which is a significant advantage when you consider that there's the likes of Ainsley, who you'd have to travel and face there. You don't want to play Aspley at their home ground either, and maybe even travel down to Sydney to face the Swans. So certainly massive rewards for finishing third or fourth for Redland.
So Shaquille McKenzie will take the free kick for some high contact. He gets the handball off to Wesley Black, who's been very active. He's under pressure, gets the handball away. It was picked up by Roe Duggan. He shoots it down towards half forward. The NT still yet to connect in the last several minutes for that goal that they need to hit the front. They're 3 points in arrears at the moment. 29 plays 26 in the late stages of the second term. Ball on the outer side. This rain hasn't relented for the entire game. Be nice and handy if it goes a little bit further west, Liam.
I certainly agree, Michael. And I think there's going to be some super sore bodies tomorrow, just players throwing themselves in. Certainly Darren Pfeiffer's one who's copped a lot of punishment. They've gone quite hard at him, the NT boys. Every
issue has been fought very hard by both sides here at Casheezi Park. As the Bombers clear it again, NT want to bring it back inside. Brewer just sinks the slipper into it, gets it to half forward. Hughes did well to control it with the one mitt, then get it off there to Thompson. He gets the ball back now. NT got some numbers back, so putting more pressure on. That should be in the back, nothing doing. Dive forward perhaps. The ball gets stuck underneath. But it was Hezekiah Lawrence who certainly took a hard shot there.
And they were just so close to getting a vital goal there. They had the numbers running through, and the handball from Hughes looked like it had found the target, but Estel couldn't quite. And then Thompson as well couldn't help out. So NT let off the hook there. Certainly would have been a massive goal because they're very hard to come by today, aren't they?
Absolutely. As they move forward, the NT got it to wing and half forward again. Ben Keys, good young player, kicks it to Wesley Black, who's been quite prominent at halfback. He kicks it to half forward now. Lockwood couldn't take the ball. Willie Rioli claim. Yes, he was playing for the free kick. He made the umpire notice it, but he was grabbed without the ball, and you can't have him.
Well, it's done nothing to improve the mood of the Redland fans.
He kicks it towards the goal square. Good contest. Ewing off the deck. No, one behind results.
Yeah, sorry, as I was saying, we saw a push in the back go unrewarded up the other end for the Bombers, and then a bit of a Tiggy Touchwood one down the other end given, and Redland fans certainly not happy with the decision.
Hometown crowd getting restless as Lockwood picks it up, and he's going to bang it through to put the NT in front for the first time today. That is 4-5-29 Redland, and now the NT 5-3-33. That was a lovely finish from the big fella there, Liam.
Certainly was. Great hands in the wet. As you said, such a big unit to get down, to pick the ball up, and to finish off like that was really terrific. And he's given them the 4-point lead. Wouldn't expect there's too much time to go left in the quarter. There's been a lot of stoppages, but not a lot of time taken off the goal. So, as you said, they lead for the first time today, and they could hold that lead going into half-time.
So Redland 1 goal 2 this term, and the NT 3 goals 1. So every opportunity in these conditions vital, Liam, to make sure you get a lot of inside 50s. You've got to up that percentage and make sure you convert.
Well, it's one thing they didn't do well either. I know it's different conditions today, but I think they kicked something like 9-21 for the game last week, and they had 13 more inside 50s, and they really didn't make them count, Redland. They were lucky to escape with the win, and it could come back to bite them again today.
Well, NT could come back to bite them right away as Roe Duggan gets a handball away. Cass goes down the outer side. Wesley Black couldn't pick it up. Good pressure from the Bombers as Josh Smith sinks the boot in and gets them forward. Luke Scott leading in the charge towards the scoreboard, but we'll have a throw in here at Casheezi Park with the Bombers trailing by 4 points.
Blood rule.
There is a blood rule. And that player coming off as the co-captain in Aaron Motlop comes on. That player looks like Hezekiah Lawrence or Carl Cossack.
I think it might be Cossack.
Carl Cossack it is certainly. He was in for Vassal, who had concussion last week.
Well, Vassal would be a very handy player in these conditions because along with Islet, he's probably their best clearance and contested ball player, so a massive out for them today.
So we start it all again. That's good tackling pressure from Redland from Sam Godfrey. And Forces another ball up just outside the centre square, the outer side. Good ruck contest from Andrew Smith. Gets the ball down in front of VV. Picked up by Cameron Eilert for the NT. He scrubs it right into the middle of the ground. Good work there from Cars. Actually, it was taken high there by Willie Rioli, and will accept the free kick and go outer side quickly. He finds Andrew Smith. He's got loose men further wide, but he goes inside 50. Actually advantages the NT Thunder players as Cleve Hughes wants to get back. But the NT boys have got it covered. That's a wobbly kick though. Wasn't the best one to his teammate, and it was nicely taken by Brad Rees. Just a bit of a panic kick there, had more time.
Certainly, it was a great pick-up and then just undid all his good work.
So Rees tries the short pass. It ends up with pass field from 50 to the goal square. Big punch at the back. Good defensive work again from the NT. Eilert, and a good smother there from the Bombers captain in Cars as the ball's still in dispute inside 50. And Eilert grabs the ball, gets tackled, and that'll do us for a brilliant half of football, I've got to say. Given these sloppy conditions at Casheezi Park, it's a great example of how to play wet weather, good tough footy as far as I'm concerned, Liam Deddery. And you've got the NT Thunder at half-time, 5-3-33, leading the Redland Bombers 4-5-29. And how did you see that first half briefly, mate?
Well, as you said, it's been a terrific contest. It's been a preview, I reckon, to the finals. We've seen these are two teams that could actually end up facing each other come the finals, and just what we've seen from them, bodies flying in everywhere. It's been tough footy, uncompromising footy. NT, they might have the edge because they've got the week off next week. They know they can leave nothing out there off the field today, but Redland, they've got another tough match next week against the Hornets.
Well, I reckon it's going to be a cracking second half. The rain's just eased enough for us to go down and get a pie, and we'll come back with the second half here on Nearfield TV very shortly. Welcome back to Nearful TV, round 20, and this brilliant clash between the Redland Bombers and the NT Thunder at half-time. It is actually the NT holding sway by 4 points, 5-3-33 to 4-5-29 after Redland led by 7 at quarter-time. Michael Price calling your action, and Nearful journalist Liam Dethering will spit it out with the special comments here on Nearful TV. We got the contest underway in the third term. Once again, Josh Smith puts himself in. Ball gets hit away from him. Miles for the NT. Again, Smith puts himself in for the Bombers. He's tackled into the ground and will have a ball up to start proceedings in the third term. Liam?
Yeah, same as the first two quarters. Saw an immediate stoppage and a recall bounce from the second one, and it's just been really tight. And I think the NT got on top where Redlands were on top in the first quarter, just with a bit cleaner with their hands, a bit cleaner going forward, and a bit more efficient. So it'll be interesting to see if that pattern continues, or whether Redland's able to get back on top.
Good physical contest and some good displays of skill given the conditions. It's been raining in southeast Queensland for several hours straight. It's just eased off for the moment as the NT go into attack through Shannon Rioli. Lockwood punches it over the back. Willie Rioli. Will he bend over to get it? He does. Oh, he faced the dummy. How about that from Willie Rioli? He picked it up, he waved it in the air like a magic wand and then went bang. The outside of the shoe. That's an amazing piece of skill for his second goal. The NT start this quarter with a bang.
Well, I think that's without a doubt the best goal we've seen today. That was just so impressive the way he picked up the ball. He held it above his head, almost invited them to tackle him. No one wanted to. Strolled straight through the gap that opened up, and on the outside of the right foot, put it right through the big six to extend their lead. It's now a 10-point lead to the NT Thunder with about a minute gone inside this first term.
Wowee. With a wet footy, I suppose it's dry for the early part of the term, but you've still got to have a look at the conditions. That was amazing.
We'll just make the most of it while the ball is dry. Certainly hasn't hit the ground too much as yet. Still very kickable, and as we saw there from Willie Rioli, it was a terrific finish.
So Paul Hunter gets the tap down for the Bombers. Cast puts himself in as he does, toes it forward, gets past Pfeiffer. Matt Thompson just got his right foot to it, did well as he hopped and skipped at the same time. Bugler, who's having the best of Cleve Hughes today, got the ball and just banged it long for the NT over the boundary line between the wing and half forward. Will get a throw in. Good defender, Justin Bugler.
He's had a terrific game again today. He's been in the best, I think, the last 3 weeks. He's done some terrific roles throughout the year, and I think he'd be close to leading their BNF. He's been absolutely terrific, and Cleve Hughes hasn't really had a look in at all today. Not
the best conditions for Cleve Hughes as Paul Hunter gets the ball forward, picked up by Pfeiffer. He's barreled into the ground. Now the ball's loose. Goes back in under. It'll be interesting to see how they call it. They call it a ball up on the outer side.
Probably fair enough. Just bodies flying in as we've seen the whole game, and just a terrific contest we've witnessed today between two of the real form teams of the Nearful competition.
Really whets your appetite for the Nearful finals, only 3 weeks away with this game today, as that's a great tackle there by Wesley Black. Gets the ball shunted forward for the NT. Now it's towed forward by the Bombers, picked up by Little for Thunder. Tries to get it to Jakura. Now Shannon Rioli, that gets banged inside 50. Lockwood leads in the chase. Goes to pick it up with the one hand, can't control it. Zuffa right on his hammer and the ball over the boundary line for another throw in.
It's a bit of an interesting matchup. I think we've seen all throughout today Lockwood on Zuffa, and I think Lockwood's competed really well. He's taken the forward ruck role at times as well, and he's just, I think he's actually got the better of Zuffa today.
So Hunter in front. We'll call the ruck contest a draw. Howard puts himself in for the Bombers. There with Scott. Tries to scrub it forward. Now getting stuck underneath it. Umpire says we'll just do it all again. Very physical contest. Lots of numbers around the ball. We've got the lights on here. Rain has stopped for the last few minutes. As the NT hook the ball inside 50. It's bouncing freely towards the goal square. Can Lockwood pick it up? He does. Will he be taken over the boundary line? Yes, he is, by Daniel Zuffa, and we'll have a throw in just beside the behind post of the NT. They're in attack. They're leading by 10 points here at Redland's home base, Casheezi Park, Victoria Point. Hunter slaps it down. Little overruns it. Hunter gets pushed out. Passfield picks it up. Good skills in the wet. Gets it to Howard. Under pressure, the ball falls over the boundary line right in front of the NT bench. We'll have a throw in on the 50-metre arc.
And the NT have certainly started this third term the better. They're winning the contested ball, winning the clearances, they're getting first hands on it. Cameron Eilert, a number of times, has been the one in there. He's been terrific again today, as he has for most of the year.
Aaron Motlop put it forward for the NT. Now Pfeiffer has it for Redland. Again, it's been a good contest between he and his opponent in Wesley Black there. It'll be a ball up. That was won decisively by Miles for the Thunder. He handballs it towards the boundary line. Then Matt Thompson just shuffles it over with his feet to the large puddle. It's probably the wettest part of the ground just there outside of the line. So it's held up nicely under these conditions too. Hunter gets the tap down. Aaron Motlop scrubs it forward. Redland defence under pressure. Josh Smith puts boot to ball, gets it to Hunter. Picked it up nicely, the big man in the wet. Bent over. Good chain of handballs now, ends up with Salter. Salter with Scott in the ascendancy here. Good spoil there, but it falls to Thompson. Thompson has a runner in Godfrey inside 50. Can he pick it up? He does in one scoop. Gets the right foot to it, to the goal square. And the diving effort to the run of Luke Scott, who started that. Great bit of football from the Redland Bombers.
Certainly, you mentioned he was the one who started it, but how about the pick-up from Hunter in the wet, just to get that massive frame down to pick it up? And I thought Ben Keys was terrific running down the wing in support. Just got the ball going forward. And really clever kick from Matty Thompson out in front of Godfrey there to run on. And Luke Scott should finish off.
He should. He comes in and knocks it over the goal umpire's hat to get the Redland Bombers back into this game. And that is 6-3-39 to the Thunder, 5-5-35 to the Redland Bombers here at Casheezi Park.
And as we mentioned only a couple of minutes ago, it's the NT who'd taken control of the quarter. But as with the first term, it was, although the NT didn't have much of the play, they were able to put it on the board. And the opposite's happened now. Redland, without much of the play, have gone forward. It's taken their one opportunity that they've had so far and brought the margin back to 4 points. Still, we see this tight contest go on.
Oh, it's a great contest. 10 scoring shots to 9. There's really nothing in it. Both sides really going in hard, physical, and showing some good skills as well. Really fitting of a finals type game, and we're only a few weeks away from that here in the NEAFL. It's going to be a great final series coming up.
There's just so many different things and permutations that can come from the final couple of rounds. Obviously, this is NT's last game, so for them, they're hoping for a win, and then they'll be cheering on the Hills Eagles against Sydney next week. But still plenty to go in this game, and they're not home by any stretch of the imagination here.
Exactly right. Flip of a coin here as lots of pressure in the middle, and we'll have a secondary bounce yet again as Landry is the last man who came up with the ball. Now VV versus Andrew Smith, the second ruckman in, and the umpires pulled out a free kick here. It will go to the NT. It was kicked forward, but has to come back. It was in the ruck contest. Andrew Smith holding on to Neil VV.
We've seen a number of ruck free kicks given against Redland today, haven't we? Just the NT ruckmen seem to be using their body a bit better in the wet and drawing the free kick.
Here we go. Oh, sorry, Lockwood over the back. Could have been mark of the year in the wet conditions. A massive smash on Tyler Jones as it's towed forward. Off the ground, Little couldn't quite get it. Howard picks it up, shoots the handball off now to Passfield. Passfield long towards Salter. He backs into the pack and the ball keeps going. There was Andrew Smith trying to get his foot to the ball and he's belted over the line by Neil VV, and we'll have a throw in front of the scoreboard, which reads the NT leading by 4 points.
NT just scrubbing the ball there forward of the centre, and unfortunately for Little, the ball just got trapped in a puddle as he tried to sock it off the ground. So a bit unlucky for him there, but Redlands were able to clear in the end through that man Passfield again, who's been pretty important for them in the back line.
Very active in the defensive 50 for the Redland Bombers is Blake Passfield, as we'll get another ball up on the point of the square. VV tries to finesse it down. Jakura trying to pick it up. Kept his feet, but the ball spilled out the back. Bombers will go forward again into the middle of the ground. Hughes with the contest and the big fist from Bugler. Ball hits the deck. It was Andrew Scott trying to get it out. Now it's kicked forward for the NT. Roe Duggan going back and keeps going back. Picks it up nicely in front of Howard. Hooks it towards the goal square. And it's just wide. One behind for the NT. So 6-4-40 to 5-5-35. Played about 10 minutes of this third term here at Casheezi Park.
And one person who'll be breathing quite a large sigh of relief is Tyler Jones there. He just went to ground unnecessarily. Nearly cost him in the end as Roe Duggan ran past him and picked the ball up.
And the ball goes over the boundary line once again. In front of Tyler Jones, in fact. And in front of the casheezi.com.au scoreboard, 40 plays 35 in favour of the NT Thunder. A ripping game of round 20 football on Near Full TV. Andrew Smith gets the tap down. Oh, once again, Jakura puts himself in, and several players just going in nice and hard, as they do. You wouldn't expect anything less from this contest from what we've seen. VV gets it down. Jakura dives over the top now. Ball stuck underneath him. Several players get around him. The umpire will just hug himself and do it all again. Several players involved in these repeat contests. There's no quarter given. Wesley Black is the third man up, trying to clear the congestion. He taps it down. It's stuck under, well, I can't even see. I've got the binocs on, still can't see who that Bomber player is. Looks like Landry. It is. Last man up again, flicks it to the umpire. We'll do it again. VV over the back. Now the NT. Wesley Black again. Did it nicely to Davey, who shimmied and then used the left foot to advantage to left half forward. It evades Aaron Motlop. We're going to throw in at the 50-metre arc.
We've just saved this 10-metre spot for, haven't we, for the last couple of minutes. Just really tight contest. It's really hard to get clear of the stoppages at the moment, and we've seen on a number of occasions the third man up coming into play, and I think we'll need to see that again. Just watch off the back of the contest here for the NT.
So, VV versus Smith, as the umpire throws it in. Smith decisively wins it, but got into the back of VV, who will accept the free kick.
And just yet another ruck infringement.
Long towards Lockwood, over the back of him. Now Ewing at the back of the pack. Will it sit for him? It stops in the water. Stops dead, in fact. It fooled several players. Salter dives in for the Bombers and will have a ball up right next to the right point post. As you can hear, the rain has started again here at Casheezi Park. Forecast to be quite heavy later on this afternoon. Let's hope it finishes here. There's Willie Rioli. Hooks it around Ewing. Gets rid of his man. Couldn't take the mark. Williams stuck underneath it now. Can't get rid of the ball. Umpire says we'll ball it up. 15 metres directly in front of the NT goal. They're piling on the pressure. Umpire throws it up now. Slapped down. Lockwood. Oh, good attempt there, but smothered by Smith. The ball rushed through. Oh, and that's a very dangerous bit of play as he was fenced after running through. The player, Daniel Zufa, and it's a free kick that's been paid. Very dangerous bit of play there as the Bombers want to clear it and do so. It's picked up by Peris for the NT. He's tackled by Thompson. Gets the ball back to Wesley Black though. Passfield got a hand to it. Reese runs into his man, picked up by Davey. Back to Shannon Rioli. Left, right, the outside of the right shoe towards the goal square. One behind. So it's exactly one goal the difference now.
They've just really got to make this pressure pay though, the NT. They've had all the ball inside this forward 50 but haven't capitalised as yet. And as we saw with the last goal, Redland took the ball the end of the ground with the one opportunity, finished it off.
So Howard now to Williams. Long to right, half back. It was Hunter going for it, but a good fist over the boundary line from Jonathan Miles. That's been a good contest to watch, the two big units in Jonathan Miles and Paul Hunter.
Certainly has. I think Miles might have just edged it. Obviously, we don't have the hit-out figures, but just in terms of the number of free kicks that Redlands have given away so far.
Effectiveness around the ground as well. Hunter punches it forward. Pfeiffer liked his work today so far. He scrubs it forward. Brad Reese scoops it up. Let's give Darren Pfeiffer the benefit of the doubt. Nice working of the mark there by Hezekiah Lawrence. Smothers the ball. Pfeiffer puts himself in for the Bombers again. Could have been a push there, nothing doing. Ball stuck under several again. There's 5, 6, 7, 8 players. And the ball will be balled up on the outer side. Once again, last person up for the Bombers is Matt Thompson. Slapped forward by Hunter. Now they get it forward again to Redland. Nicely picked up there by Luke Scott. Tries to get the handball back inboard. Good tackling there by Peris for the NT. Ball stuck under and umpire says, holding the agate, and Peris will take the free kick. Now Peris moves quickly. No man on the mark. Poor defensive play from Redland. Inside 50. Guts effort there. Blake Passfield That's a very courageous effort and gets the free kick
And
for in the back and around the neck to the ironic cheers of the Redland Bombers fans.
Well, it's just the old-fashioned Bronx cheers, wasn't it, coming from the clubhouse?
Long inside 50 now. Hughes turns his man around. He's got Cast with him. Held was Hughes. He collects it. Can't get the handball away under the tackle of Bugler. Putting the defence to, oh, look, he's done well again, Bugler. Picks the ball up and gets it outside defensive 50. It'll bounce towards Shannon Rioli. Picked up by Landry. Landry slips, and there'll be a throw in once again. Cleve Hughes just can't take a trick today. Not his best conditions, but Bugler's really wearing him.
No, certainly not. I think Bugler's been, as I mentioned before, I think it was about 5 minutes ago, he's been absolutely terrific today, and I think Hughes probably got to do a bit more, even though Ewing hasn't had much of an influence. He's also kept Williams out of the game, but I just think Bugler's started to have a real influence for the NT on this game. Certainly
rebounding very, very well as the ball goes over the boundary line again. The outer side, and we will have a throw in. It's coming up to about 17 minutes gone in the third term here in round 20. An NT lead by one straight goal. Good exhibition of football considering the wet conditions here at Casheezi Park. Out of bounds on the full though, and the free kick will be taken there by the NT. Spectators taking refuge under trees, in cars, but they're still here. They're gripped to this contest as the NT co-captain in Cameron Islet will take the free kick at left half back. He's got a lead on in the middle. That's come off the side of the boot. Still could work, but no, Redland have the numbers in there. Sam Godden gets in, as does Pfeiffer. Umpire again will ball it up. Landry as well.
And Pfeiffer's certainly one name we haven't called much since the first term. He's gone right out of the game, and I think the NT put a lot of physical work into him early. He copped a lot of big hits, and since then hasn't had quite the same influence as he did in that first term.
Nathan Jakura just coming up there. Good fist away there by Miles. Now getting there, Scott. Picked up there by Andrew Scott. It's in dispute there. That's a very, very heavy clash below the knees. So, NT player in Wesley Black again will take the free kick. He must have racked up a fair few stats across halfback for the NT. Good contest there from Paul Hunter. Slaps it down for the Bombers. Now it's in dispute at his feet, and that's a long way down. You've got Brad Rees in there, also Cameron Islet, and as the pack comes up, Godfrey will hand the ball back to the umpire. Pfeiffer gets a handball away. Good smothering work by the NT defence. Restrict the Bombers yet again. Cast picks it up. Strength gets the handball away to co-captain and Salter. Another heavy tackle there from Landry. The ball's just about to go across the boundary line. No, NT keep it in. Thrust it forward. Pfeiffer will take it over and we'll have a throw in front of the scoreboard. So a bit of a stalemate here. 1 goal, 2 from the NT so far in the third term. 1 goal straight from Redland.
They really haven't got enough from their dominance, have they? We've seen the ball in their forward half for pretty much the entire quarter, and just to kick the 1 goal, 2, a little bit disappointing for them. They would have hoped, I think, to get a bit more out of it.
Now it looks like there could be a Redland free kick here. No.
Jakura, I think.
Jakura will take the free kick for the Northern Territory Thunder. Held without the ball. He kicks it long inside 50. Good defensive work from Williams. Punches it away from Ewing. Again smothered as they try to clear it. Estill tries to get a toe to it as well. Picked up by Godden. Godden scrubs it forward. Passfield again being involved. Rowe Duggan can't quite get a handle on it for the NT. Again, several players involved. Umpire will ball it up and it'll be 40 metres out, 30 metres out from the NT goal. You're right, Liam. They've got to make the most of this time inside forward 50. They're not converting. And that was Lawrence who kicks it forward. It bounces for Ewing. Something on the left foot. And we called for it, and there it was. Darren Ewing doesn't need too many touches. That man knows where the goals are as the NT goes 1 further in front, 7-5, plays 5-5.
Certainly does. Both him and Hughes, as we've talked about, they don't need many chances. When they get the ball, they're super efficient in front of goal. Ewing kicked another 4 goals for the last week and added his first today. And as I mentioned before, I think although he hasn't been the dominant presence that he sometimes can be, he's fought out that battle, and it's been pretty even between him and Williams, where at the other end, we've seen Bugler really take control of that matchup against Hughes. So I think he's competed really well considering the conditions. He's brought a lot of his ground level players into the contest, which is all you can really ask of the key forward in these sort of matches.
So his forte is body strength. He's a big man as Darren Ewing, and he's holding his ground firmly in the slushy conditions as the NT try to get it out. Nice work from Andrew Smith. Can he pick it up? No, he toes it off the ground towards Salter. It bounces for him. Ben Rioli on his hammer. First gets rid of Salter, then the ball. Now, here's a go for the Bombers. Can Hughes bounce it in front of... No, sorry, that was Phil Lovett. Get them confused in the wet. Both receding hairlines as well as it goes to Paris. Paris pivots, gets onto the right foot. Kicks it towards half back for the NT. Redland still fighting for it with Matty Thompson to Brewer. Can he get rid of it? Shrugs a man, the outside of the boot. Gets it towards Hughes. Good punch from Bugler. It's picked up there by Jake Long. Back to Bugler, who gets onto a torpedo. Goes over the head of Andrew Scott. Bombers still in play. Luke Scott and too big. Too big for Sam Godden as well for the NT, who flew high. Now Matt Thompson off the deck. Can he get it to Hughes in the orange boots? Hughes overruns it. Estel. Now Hughes just dragged as he gets the kick away. Back to Lawrence, who handballed away, then tackled. One behind, rushed through. Better, more promising passage of play there for the Bombers as they now trail by 11 points, 47 plays 36. The NT to bring it back in.
Certainly was. I think Hezekiah Lawrence, though, was really clever there. Just waited for the body pressure to come and then released over the line. And now they have the saving kick and they've worked it out. They're now about 60 metres from their own goal.
Yeah, good defensive play from the NT. They've been fairly calm under pressure throughout the two and the half quarters we've played so far here on round 20 Nearful TV. Andrew Smith slaps it forward. It's overrun there by Shaq McKenzie. Get the handball back to VV. Half smothered as it gets to Jakura. Godden picks it up. The left foot outside of the boot torpedo. Try doing that again in the wet. Lockwood, the run of Willie Rioli. He lumbers towards 50 and he bangs it with the right foot. Will it bounce around? No, it starts right and stays right. One behind results. 7-6 plays 5-6. It's back to 2 straight goals.
And it was just the conditions, man, he couldn't actually run on because if he tried to bounce or bend down to touch the ball on the ground, he would have lost all his momentum. So he had to take the kick when he had the opportunity and just couldn't quite get it online. The ball just bounced straight on and went through for a behind.
Darren Pfeiffer found himself by himself in the clear for a mile, took the mark and then tumbled a mongrel punt towards Sam Godfrey. Godfrey now looking long down the line. Here comes Lovett. Did well. Slapped it forward. He knew Estel was coming. Estel towed it off the deck inside 50. The Bombers in attack. Bugler, beautiful skill. Calmly leans down and picks it up with a 1 mitt. Gets it in front of Wesley Black. They should be away here. Wesley Black long down the line to Willie Rioli. Passfield kicks it up to it. That's the best bit of Gaelic work in the wet you will ever see from Blake Passfield. Willie Rioli beats him to the ball. Passfield still all over him. Still in dispute on the outer side. It's picked up by Jakura, slung as he kicked, over the boundary line, out on the full, and we'll get a free kick to Blake Brewer here.
Well, we know all about Willie Rioli's tricks, but I think we found out about a couple that Blake Passfield has because he nearly took the mark in the end of all of it.
It's amazing work. Got his toe to the ball, 5 metres in the air as the NT now in defence. That's Abe Ankers. Gets the ball backwards, dangerous handball. He missed his target. Redland have the ascendancy and the numbers. Thompson at the back, he read it nicely. Hughes at the front. Gets the handball, does Hughes. Tackled immediately. Couldn't be controlled. Lawrence tackled. Loses the ball. Godfrey. Can he pick it up? He does. Let's loose to the goal square. Estel can't quite control it, and the NT defence got it through. Who scrubbed that through for the Bombers? He picked it up in 2 steps. Kicked the goal.
Can't quite make it out, just getting to his feet now.
Getting to his feet right now. It was Estel at the front who's getting the taps on the back and the drink from the trainer, so we might give it to him. Underneath several players, it literally fell into his hands, bang, 1 step and snap goal.
Well, we said all throughout the first half, he's one who has shown really clean hands. He just looks like, obviously his hands have been really good in the wet, and we just said the one thing he hadn't done was finish off with a goal, and now he's got that. So I think he's been their most dangerous forward apart from Matt Thompson. Him him and Estill look like the two who might be able to drag Redlands over the line here.
And again, you can actually see the effort of Cleve Hughes just trying to get involved in the game. So Bombers clawing their way back into it. Only one goal as Ben Rioli's tackled. Wesley Black is one of the best on ground for mine.
I think by a country mile he is best on ground.
Oh, just amazing the amount of ball he's got. Willie Rioli. Ball punched away from him by Passfield, who's one of the best for the Bombers. Now it's loose at half forward for the NT. Ewing had his opponent under pressure. It's towed forward now. Luke Scott over the boundary line and another throw in. Yeah, I think given the magnitude of his opponent, I've probably given Justin Bugler a vote down in that direction as well. But Wesley Black has been amazing on halfback.
Well, he was one who was pretty stiff not to get a look in at an AFL club last year. And if there's any clubs here watching this game today, I think they'd be suitably impressed by what they've seen. If he wants to flourish, if he got a chance in the AFL system.
I couldn't disagree with you on seeing him today, Liam, as the ball gets put inside 50 for the NT. Lockwood overruns it. Howard puts his man under the ball and did well. Got the handball back down to Andrew Scott. He kicks it to the wing. Good juggling effort from Hezekiah Lawrence. And he takes the mark. It's awarded the mark. He's got a man out wide calling for the ball, and Nathan Jakura takes the mark for 4 games for Geelong, 21 games for the Western Bulldogs, Nathan Jakura. Long inside 50 now. Here's Lockwood at the back. Got the knees in. The ball spilled forward. Front and centre, Willie Rioli. Couldn't get it away. Roe Duggan. He's at the front. Gets it down to Ben Rioli. Kicks it now inside 50. Big contest. Punched away from Ewing. The Bombers under enormous pressure. Williams gets in there, as does the NT player who hugs it in. Umpire says no. Didn't
at the bottom
chance.
Again. Cam Islet at the bottom of that pack again.
I didn't recognise him with the top knot he's put on at half
But
time.
what about the pickup from Ben Rioli in the wet, just the one hand down, and Owen Davey, as we see, snap around the corner.
He does, and Ewing, contest with Williams, it falls to ground. Now they'll clear it, the Redland Bombers. Long down the line, Estill leads in the chase. Bounces towards his good handball towards Luke Scott, though. Thrown over the boundary line, another throw in.
It was Wesley Black who got across and made the contest and forced it out of bounds. Gives them a chance to reset on their attacking side of the square, and they'll be looking to finally get some reward for all this ball they've had down there this quarter.
So throw in, VV versus Hunter. Hunter takes advantage of that. Gets the tap down, Jakura picks it up. He's hassled there by the big ruckman in Hunter, who's done well. Umpire says we'll ball it up again, just in front of the scoreboard. It reads the NT leading by 1 straight goal, 7-6 to 6-6. Late in the third term here at Casheezi Park. It's round 20, near full TV. Again, the ruckman getting heavily involved in the groundwork in Paul Hunter and VV, with Nathan Jakura coming up with the ball. And another throw up. VV taps it down. Cass puts himself in for Redland. They put it forward now. Smothered by the NT. Ball loose on the ground. Jakura kicks it, hooks it around to 50. Islet with the contest and Owen Davey with the roving. The looping handball. Shaq McKenzie tried the impossible, missed the ball entirely. Redland, they should be able to clear. Howard, under pressure, gets his left foot towards the big fella. It's punched away from Hunter. Ball hits the deck. Can they clear it, Redland? No, the NT have got their bodies back in there. Jakura to Wesley Black. The left foot, the long left foot. Oh. You're kidding me. If he's not best on ground up until that point, he is now. Well, Aaron Wesley Black, thanks for coming.
It's a massive goal in the context of the game. It restores that 2-goal lead, but what a finish. That was 50 metres out, tight on the boundary line in the wet. If you don't mind, put it right through the middle. That's a terrific finish from him. But I think Shaq McKenzie will be thanking his teammate there, because it was a poor decision to go off the ground there after Owen Davey had done some terrific work to burst through that pack and set it up. But as you mentioned, just that finish from Aaron Wesley, I can't get over it at the moment.
No, goal of the day is absolutely amazing, and that caps off an amazing opening 3 quarters from Aaron Wesley Black, who's been dominant across half back for the NT Thunder. They lead by 2 straight goals. Umpire bangs it in the middle. It's handballed through by Aaron Motlop, towed by Jakura towards half forward. Little, tackles his man into the ground in Andrew Scott. Ball spills. Passfield has been brilliant for the Bombers. Kicks it long down the wing. It bounces nicely for Reese. He's hassled off it by Roe Duggan. Or is that again Wesley Black? My goodness. It was Wesley Black defensively doing it nicely. The NT should get a kick here.
And we hear the groans of the crowd for the free kick, but the simple fact is that it's the NT players who are getting to the ball first, and they're doing all the work, and they deserve the free kicks at the moment.
Especially in these conditions, you are first to the ball, you're more likely to win those free kicks and the important contests as well. As well, a good physical effort there by Sam Godfrey. Now Miles, a bit of volleyball there before it falls into the hands of Eilert. His kick semi-smothered. It's still up anybody's grab now. Eilert was taken down late by Scott. It was Howard actually, and so Eilert will accept the free kick on the outer side. Long inside 50. Williams versus Ewing, both holding each other. Good umpiring, let it go. Passville picks it up, scrubs it back. It's intercepted by Motlop. He sees plenty over the back of the pack. Jakura, can he pick it up? He does. Gets the handball away to Little. Little on the right foot, bang. There you go. NT exerting their authority now and turning that forward pressure into goals.
It was just a little bit of class there from the NT boys, and Jakura, I just watched him there. He read the ball so well in flight, just readjusted his body, watched it all the way, got the crumbs, handball off to Little with a superb finish on the right. 3-goal lead now to the Thunder, and this could almost be a match-breaking lead because, as we've seen so far, only 15 goals for the game.
Well, they're 3 goals behind now, 9-6-60 playing 6-6-42. Some of the skills I've seen in this wet weather today have been absolutely astounding. It's one of the best wet weather games of football I've ever watched here on Nearfield TV. You should be absolutely delighted with what you're seeing. Round 20 Nearfield TV, Redland versus NT Thunder here at Casheezi Park. Now Hunter does it beautifully. It's propelled forward for Redland. Can they answer as Wesley Black dominating again? Get handball away. It's picked up by Hughes, who's moved forward up the ground. Tries to get away. Now Matty Thompson. Can he do something for the Bombers? And he's under pressure, smothered as Brewer picks it up. He's under pressure as well. Could have been held without the ball. No, the umpire says no, and they will roll over the boundary line for a throw-in just inside forward 50.
Well, it's critical stages, isn't it, for Redland? You feel they need one goal in this. In the dying moments of this last quarter to get themselves back in the contest, because at the moment it's one-way traffic for the NT Thunder.
So the throw in, Hunter gets a decisive tap back to Godden. Great tackle there from Andrew Scott. Wrapped him up completely and we'll have a ball up. Just inside forward 50, the Bombers trailing by 18 points very late in the third term here on Nearfield TV. Hunter, Brewer, bursts through, gets one around the neck and gets a free kick.
And it was just a terrific piece of ruck work as we hear the Bronx cheers in the background. Very happy with that free kick, the Redland crowd. But just great ruck work from Paul Hunter there. Knocked it down right into the path of Blake Brewer. He's already got the 2 for the day. So he's one who's fought really hard on the inside for the Redlands midfield. And if he can go back and kick this, it'll cap off what's been a pretty good game so far.
Keep him in the game. Brewer, let's go, and doesn't disappoint. Right on the siren, that's got to lift the Redland Bombers going into the final term. So that'll do us for the third term. 9-6-60 to the NT Thunder to 7-6-48 the Redland Bombers. It's a 12-point margin. We are set up for a cracking final term here at Casheezi Park. Round 20 of Nearfield TV, and we'll back with the last quarter very shortly. TV round 20, and the final turn begins here at Casheezi Park with the Redland Bombers trailing by 12 points against the travelling NT Thunder. Beautiful pick up there by Shannon Rioli. Scoops it up, kicks it right-footed towards half forward for the NT Thunder. And they've got the Bombers under pressure. Tyler Jones at the bottom of the pack. Passfield getting involved again. And we'll have a ball up at left half forward for the NT Thunder. 9-6-60 to 7-6-48 at three-quarter time. Liam Dettering with your special comments. Near's full journalist. And have you seen it for the first three quarters so far?
Well, as we've talked about, this has been a great contest, and that goal from Blake Grew on the side, how vital is that going to be in the end? In the end, we'll wait and see. But just, it's absolutely crucial, I reckon, that they get the first goal on the board here at Redlands, because if it gets back out to that three-goal territory, it's dangerous signs for Redland. Definitely still game on here. 2 straight kicks the margin. And just a couple of changes as well. It looks like Hughes is off the ground at the moment. They've put Zufa forward, who has been back to whole ground game, so he's now being picked up by Bugler, and also Darren Fife has gone forward to be picked up by Wesley Black.
So Rees.
Oh, sorry, there's Wesley Black. By Paris.
Well, he plays on, does Wesley Black, and kicks it long inside 50 for the NT. Good bit of defensive work there, Adrian Williams. He just handballed it over the line there very dangerously. Umpire says it'll be a throw in. They were all appealing for it, the NT players. The Bombers need to get a wriggle on. Rain has held off, the heavy rain has held off, but it's been drizzling for about the last 15-20 minutes as well, as Phil Cast puts himself in as he does. All slung to the ground. Umpire says we'll ball it up.
Did well there, Willie Rioli, just to stay out of Cast's back and to effect a good tackle there.
Big Paul Hunter up against Jonathan Miles. Hunter won that ruck contest once again. So many players around it. Cast gets involved and immediately tackled by a couple of NT Thunder opponents. We'll have a ball up about 2 metres to the left of the last one. Now Hunter tries to hook it back towards the goal. Eilert gets rid of his opponent in Passfield. The ball spills over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in. Just inside forward 50 for the NT Thunder, holding sway by 2 straight goals. Hunter got rid of his man in Miles and then banged it forward. Eilert looking for a free kick, playing in front. Good defensive pressure there. Eilert still battling away with Godfrey on his hammer. Picked up there by Josh Smith and towed forward. Now, Wesley Black overruns it. Brewer tows it forward cleverly to the diving effort there of Zoof. Ball spills away from him. Matty Thompson. Left foot, just the outside of the boot. Paris was taken without it. Ball spills to Lawrence. Lawrence gets it away, and it's been adjudged a free kick to Ben Rioli, wearing the headgear in the number 33. So Rioli at right half back, long down the line. Oh gee, Eilert slipped over as he was trying to prepare himself to launch at that marking contest. It's then picked up, and the umpire says we'll have another ball up on the outer side. Stoppage fest so far to start the final term. Nicely roved off that ruck contest by Little. He hooks it around a half forward to Roe Duggan. Punched away from him by Tyler Jones. And we'll have a throw in on 50.
And I think Hunter's won almost every hit out to start this last quarter, but hasn't translated at all into the clearance situation for Redland here. I think NT's won all the clearances, so just has to be a bit smarter with where he's placing the ball off the hand at the moment, because at the moment the NT midfield's just picking him off.
So as you can imagine, with these wet conditions, all players on the other side of the centre circles on that side of the ground as Jakura gets the ball forward. Hunter did well to pick it up and handball it forward. Jakura put himself in again. Now with Josh Smith, he loses the handle on the ball, gives it to Rees. Rees eventually controls it. The Cast gets it down the line. It's going to go over the boundary line. No, it's not. Well kept in by the Bombers. Brewer gets the ball punched away from him by Wesley Black, and now it's going to go over the boundary line in front of the scoreboard. Reading 9-6-60 to the NT to 7-6-48 to the Redland Bombers.
Well, we've just seen what we've seen from the first three quarters at the moment. Just a really tight contest, the ball not moving anywhere fast and just lots of stoppages.
So Bugler again gets involved, gets the handball away to Shannon Rioli. Rioli long inside 50 and reading it nicely and backing himself. Luke Scott collects the ball. He kicks, nicely kicks, and that could be further free kick. Howard takes the mark. just inside the centre square. Really did well, Luke Scott. Backed his own judgment there and is setting something up for Redland as we speak. They want to move it through handball down the corridor. Cass, long inside 50 to a lead in Pfeiffer, no. But he backs it up. Could get pushed in the back. He does. And the Redland Social Club goes bananas as Darren Pfeiffer will have a shot from 50. He's on a slight angle.
It was just a terrific kick from Phil Cass, and you can guarantee if that was dry conditions, Darren Pfeiffer would have gobbled that up. But in the end, nearly took a slips catch, I think we'd call it, and followed up with the second effort and got rewarded with the push in the back.
Originally from Norwood, played for both Carlton and Port Adelaide. Let's go. Does Darren Pfeiffer, has it got the legs? It does. We've got a game on here at Casheezi Park. 1 goal the difference. NT 9-6 to the Redland Bombers 8-6.
And you mentioned with Darren Pfeiffer, all the experience he has with Norwood and the 2 AFL clubs. Although he hasn't had much of an influence since that first term, he could be the game breaker today. He could be the one, just with that little bit of class and polish in the wet, they could bring them home. He's brought them back to within a goal to start with, and we'll see if he can continue to have a big influence on this last quarter. And
you mentioned the fact that Cleve Hughes was off the ground. They've shuffled their forward line a bit. You've got Daniel Zufa, who's played predominantly up back, now up forward. You've got Pfeiffer stationed down there as well. So interesting work by Greg Seaton-Lonsdale and the Redland Bombers coaching staff as we get it underway again. NT in front by a straight goal. The Bombers get the clearance. Cass inside 50. Here we go again. Big contest. Punched away by Jack Long. Ball hits the deck now. Good smothering effort there off the boot of Salter. Now putting himself in nicely was Lawrence. Scoops it forward. Can he get a handball over the top? He does, but only to Andrew Smith for Redland. Now they get it back inside 50. Over the head of VV. Pfeiffer. Tackled. Thompson. Right foot. Kicks long. It's wide. 1 behind results. 8-7-55. It's a 5-point margin. They trail the NT 9-6-60.
Well, it was just a bit of a panic handball there from Hezekiah Lawrence, wasn't it? He just needed to keep the ball in close. Not quite aware of where he was on the ground. Just flicked out a nothing handball that really could have ended up costing them quite dearly.
Could have. Just wide of the goalpost as Jack Long brings it out for the NT. It's going to go over the head of VV and his opponent Andrew Smith. Pfeiffer started the last term well. Now it's kept in beautifully down the line. NT, Willie Rioli just takes it over the line. We'll have a throw in front of the commentary box. Good work again from Blake Passfield on Willie Rioli's hammer.
Great battle all day, that one. They've both had a pretty big influence on the game for each of their respective sides.
Andrew Smith definitely gets the left hand to try and get the ball to Cass. It's taken there by Thompson, who puts it forward. Picked up by Lawrence. He gets rid of it. Now Landry puts himself in with Salter. Landry comes up with the ball. He's tackled by Cossack. Umpire says we'll ball it up just inside the centre square. 5 points the margin, anybody's game. Nearly 10 minutes gone of the final term here at Victoria Point. Now Brad Reeves just scrubs it sideways off the side of the boot. Davey, fair dinkum pushed in the back. No doubt about that. And Davey will take the free kick. Goes across halfback. It's taken by Sam Godden now. Godden. Oh, that's an awful conveyance. It's just cut off there by Redland. Now Zufa. Can he get to him? Oh, he picks it up beautifully, Zufa. Onto the trusty long left foot. Long at the back. Good defensive effort.
What a spoil there from Mosley Black, just coming back. Time and time again, he's been the one for the NT in defence. He's been absolutely terrific.
If he does not get that fist to the ball, Brewer was out the back and waiting. So a throw in.
Could be player of the day. We've seen some great goals. We saw him kick a terrific one in the third quarter, but I reckon that's the best thing he's done all day.
Beside the point post, the throw in. Redland desperately searching for that goal to get him back in front at home. Thompson couldn't get foot to ball. Now NT under heaps of pressure. Howard gets in there for Redland. Rodagan for NT. Over the ball. Crowd calls for holding it. Nothing doing. We'll have a ball up 40 metres out from goal. VV grabs it. Gets it to his foot in time. That'll be 15, but no, not taken by Godfrey. Ball stuck underneath him. He's still tackled. Alwyn Davey, the tackler, and we'll have a ball up just on the 50-metre arc. Another opportunity there for Redland with that chest mark. Andrew Smith over the top of VV. And again, it's stuck under several. The umpire will ball it up, has to do so. Several players around it, nothing coming out of that.
Well, it's what we've seen all day. Just when the side has the advantage, they haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard. And right now, Redland's doing all the attacking, haven't got much reward for effort at the moment.
So Ben Rioli picks it up, gets it to Eilert. Eilert gets onto his right foot, curls it around the boundary line, and it eventually rolls over for a throw in front of the Casheezi signs. Here at Casheezi Park, Victoria Point, great venue. Ground's held up beautifully considering the amount of rain that we have had in southeast Queensland over the last 6-7 hours. The ball again at half forward. Plenty of plays around this ball. There's only 5 points to the margin, Liam. Every possession vital in this circumstance. Eilert couldn't get his hand on the ball. It's towed forward. This will be a vital contest here. Bounces in front of, that was Ben Keys, knocked out of it there by Lawrence. Just shunted him out of the way. Now the ball escapes the NT. Redland putting on plenty of pressure. Paris, the tackler there, on Phil Cass. It's amazing how many times he comes up as the last bloke with the ball. Zufa, third man up, clears the congestion, punches it forward for the Bombers. Rees is in there. They can't clear it. He picked it up. He's got legged. Umpire says no. Crowd was after it. Wesley Black couldn't get rid of it as well. It's stuck under several again. Cass thrown out without the ball. He let go of it first though. Now Matt Thompson gets involved. 3 NT players involved in that contest as well with the ball stuck underneath them. And 35 metres out directly in front of the Bombers' goal.
Do you think there's pressure on the players at the moment? Spare a thought for the umpires because it's been a very difficult game to umpire. And I think they've done a pretty good job so far, and let's hope that continues for the last 20 or so minutes of this contest. It's been an absolute belter.
I think you're dead on the money there. Like a very difficult game of football to umpire, and they've done a bang-up job. As it gets towed forward for Redland, it hits the behind post and will get a throw in beside that, and they'll probably enjoy that more than the behind. Chance of getting something from the stoppage here for the Bombers. Plenty of direction from other players in the Redland side to say, give us that wall at half forward if they clear it. And the Thunder again, Wesley Black, best on ground by a country mile, gets to Ben Rioli, long down the middle, good contest. Ewing went to ground, now he's dragged the ball back in, has he? No, he actually took the opponent out in Williams. Williams now with Davey, ball stuck under them, and there'll be a ball up in the centre of the ground. And that's where they look the most dangerous if they get those quick breaks and they've got that open forward line, Liam.
Certainly, they've been camped inside their 50. They managed to get away without conceding a score, which is a credit to their defence and their tackling pressure. As we see a free kick called out. Ben Landry will take the free kick and he's off to the races. Left foot now to right half forward. He wants Brewer. Brewer did well. Out of midair. Just hooks the ball with the right foot. It works to Redland's advantage inside 50. It's stuck underneath Salter. Sorry, it was Salter. You can barely read his number. He's hit the deck that many times today. Well, it was a great pickup and also a sensational tackle from Kale Cossack as well to hold on there, because if he hadn't held on and Salter's able to shut him off, it was a certain goal.
So Matt Thompson picks it up, tries to get through several tacklers, doesn't, and we'll have another ball up. 35 metres out from the Redland goal. They're throwing everything at the NT at the moment. It's shunted forward by Andrew Smith, and again, numbers in favour of the NT. Ben Rioli taken out without ball. Salter involved again. And underneath, once he peels Nathan Jakura from his back, Tom Salter will get up. Oh boy, there's going to be some tired fellas tonight as Andrew Smith belts it forward for Redland. It's on the deck. Plenty of players around the ball. Brewer is throwing himself in there. Keeping his feet, Zufa. Wesley Black in there for the NT, and the last man up, Darren Pfeiffer for Redland. Now it's taken out of the ruck by VV. Smothered as Eilert gets the kick. Rees, can he control it? He tries to get rid of his man. It's towed forward by the NT. They're trying to get out of the defensive 50 under enormous pressure. Now is it going to bounce for Redland? Here he comes. Passfield, he's had a great game against Willie Riola, beautifully picked up by Williams for Redland. Down the line, the handball. Pass, high contact. No. Bump to the shoulder, said the umpire, and we will get a throw in front of the Puddley Park.
Well, it's just a terrific kick from Abe Ankers out of defence initially. He sent it towards the boundary line, and holding off the ball. Landry, I think.
So Andrew Smith.
I think Landry was also being held off the ball as well.
So Andrew Smith now plays on quickly, gets it inside 50, reading it well. Jack Long double fist it towards Shannon Rioli. Rioli, now he measures the kick to Willie Rioli Jr. One grab, two grabs. Good effort in the wet from Willie Rioli. He turns and goes. The right foot to Lockwood. He takes that mark. Umpire says yes. I tell you what, if you couldn't see it, it was because of the water. So Julian Lockwood, the NT leading by 5 points midway through the final term. Lockwood now. Great bit of work on the mark from Luke Scott. It's still with Eilert. Eilert inside 50. Good spoiling effort there from Andrew Scott. Ball hits the deck. Now he's going to pick it up. That's a dead set throw out there from VV. It goes to the goal square. Good defensive work there by Josh Smith. Sees it through from behind.
Tell you what, there would have been a pitch in there if that went through for a goal, because I think that was one of the most blatant throws we've seen in a long time. He just scooped the ball out, got away with it in the end, and really turned out to be a goal for the NT.
There certainly did. As Salter has the ball for the Bombers on the outer side, gets it up towards the Grua direction. He does well to get his man over the boundary line and the ball. So we'll get a throw in between halfback and the wing for the Redland Bombers. Outer side of the ground. They're trailing by the one straight goal it is now. 9-7 to the NT, plays 8-7 to Redland. What price a draw here, Liam Dettering?
Oh. Don't think a draw helps either side though, which...
I think they'll be short odds though right now, just quietly.
Certainly. It'd be a fitting end to the game because it certainly has been a very even contest though.
So VV wins that tap. Shannon Rioli overruns the ball. Cameron Eilert, boy, can he play. Strong boy, but he was a high fend. And Andrew Smith has the ball. Ben Keys, in fact, will be taking the free kick. So Keys, left foot, kicked into the man on the mark in Little, tried to get it towards Godfrey. He took it, but then barreled into the ground, and will have a ball up at left half forward for the Bombers.
Almost into time on.
Jakura, he roved it for NT yet. Nearly 20 minutes gone, so time on in. This is vital period for the Bombers. They need to make every post a winner. But there's been a free kick pulled out here. It'll go to Nathan Jakura for the NT. Long down the line to Jakura. He went looking for Lockwood. Didn't quite reach him. Redlands now. As the ball is taken out here by NT, the man of the match in Wesley Black with one of the worst kicks he could possibly do. Left foot. Oh, Ewing kept his feet. That's all he needed to do. Got rid of Williams, and that could be the ball game here at Casheezi Park. The long kick and the stocky, big body of Darren Ewing. And you've got a feel for Williams there. He was just in that position where it was just a slippery conveyance, and Ewing got rid of him and could have sealed the game.
Certainly could have, but just the value of that core strength he has, just keeping his feet. He worked him off the ball nicely and ran in, kicked the easiest of goals. Thought Wesley Black was going to run in and kick his second, but possibly his, well, definitely his worst disposal of the game, but it turned out well in the end, and as you said, that could virtually seal the contest. 2 goals with only about 5 or 6 minutes to go. Probably not enough time to come back to them.
They need one immediately, the Redland Bombers, to get themselves back into it. Phil Cass is trying his heart out, as he has done all day. Now Roe Duggan scoops it up. Alwyn Davey cleverly handballed out in front, then got accepted. That's exactly how he did it. He chucked the tackler in, Tom Salter, in. I saw it as a handball given away before the tackle. So the Redland faithful don't like it, but it was there as Sam Godden has it for the NT. Nicely working the mark with Salter, so made sure the kick was touched. It gets to the ruckman and they have to do their work on the ground. They've done that quite well all day, both of them, as the ball gets taken over the boundary line by Smith for a throw-in.
This is really clever bit of play there from Aaron Motlop. Knew it had been touched off the boot, never tried to mark it, just scooped it over the head. Got it going forward. Now they've got a chance to reset a boundary throw in on the 50-metre arc virtually.
12 points of difference, 2 straight kicks. Can Redland get a quick goal to put the pressure back on the NT? Miles over the back. Lockwood, strength, gets the ball, handballs it back inside towards the pack. It's towed to half back now. Can Matty Thompson win this contest? Oh, reading it beautifully there was Little. He scoops back onto his right foot. Willie Rioli, will he go? Oh, he's buffeted out of the way. Good defensive work from Passfield. What a duel that's been all day. Passfield off the ground. Now he's got Ben Keys and Shannon Rioli. Keys hits the ground but gets to his feet first. Ball went over the boundary line. Still will have a throw in it right up forward for the NT.
And as you mentioned, that contest between Willie Rioli and Blake Passfield's been a sensational individual contest, but we've seen them all over the ground, particularly in the midfield. And in the ruck, I think it's also been a terrific battle between Miles and Hunter in particular.
Yeah, brilliant stuff there from Miles again. Hunter battling manfully. It's been a good contest. And again, a massive pack of players. There's about 8 players with the ball stuck underneath them. Last man up was Alwyn Davey for the NT. We'll call it a draw in the ruck as the ball gets propelled forward by the NT. Godfrey battling away for the Bombers. Zufa picks it up and hooks it down the line. There's been a free kick paid for a hold here, and that will go to the NT.
In no hurry is Ben Rioli, just taking as much time as he can off the clock.
It'll go against Ben Keys there, and the helmeted one in Ben Rioli will bang it back inside 50. Lockwood at the back. Hunter with the big spoil. Passfield gets there first at a cracking effort today. Handballs away. It'll go over the boundary line. Redland player down. Looks like injured in that contest as well.
I think that's Luke Scott, who was slow to get back to his feet.
Very ginger in getting up. Looks like he might have something happening with the right arm or shoulder. As Shannon Rioli kicks it back towards the goal square from 45 away, across the face of goal, and we'll get a free kick to the Redland Bombers. They've got to load up. They've got to take a punt here. We're about 23 minutes gone in the final term.
Time has been called off, though.
So Williams needs to get a wriggle on, and the Bombers need to take the game on. It's been a cracking game of football today here at Casheezi Park as it's ball forward. Alwyn Davey, little chip pass, and that'll do. The mark has been taken about 35 to 40 metres out, and the NT should be able to knock this over. The co-captain in Aaron Motlop.
And just unfortunately for Redland there, I think the kick went to the wrong side of the contest. It needed to go to the other side where Redlands did have all their players set up, but obviously dropped into the corridor, and that's where Alan Davey was waiting, ran onto it. It's a really nice little kick in to the co-captain and Aaron Motlop, who's lining up for his second of the game, first of the game, sorry.
So he leans back.
And drills it.
And he drills it, and that'll do it here. The NT have prevailed here at Casheezi Park. 11-7, 73. Plays 8-7, 55. This has been a great game of wet weather football and a ripping contest, a good physical, hard contest. Both sides will sleep well tonight. And a good precursor to the finals coming up in a couple of weeks.
Certainly has been, and the NT, after they took the lead right on the stroke of half-time, and since then haven't been headed, although Redlands have got back within a goal. They've managed to sneak it back out to that 3-goal margin that we saw late in the third term, and I think NT have really showed off their premiership credentials, but Redlands have been by no means disgraced either. They've contributed immensely to what's been a terrific contest that we've seen here this afternoon.
Great game of near-full football here in round 20 at Casheezi Park with the Redland Bombers. They're trailing by 3 straight goals as Eilert now gets to the ball first for the NT. Gets it onto the left foot, kicks it towards the wing. Pfeiffer scoops it up beautifully in the one mid. It's a bit of a scrubby kick, but it's late in the game. Now picked up by Little. Little tackled and runs straight into Hunter. Now Cast to Brewer. Still a contest with Paris. Now Wesley Black. Beautiful work and great handball to Davey, who's playing for the free kick. Now picked up there by Eilert again. He's thrown towards the boundary line, and we'll get a ball up right next to the boundary line in front of the Redland faithful and the Sharks bench. The Bombers bench. The Sharks tent. Anchors now. Kicks it towards Willie Rioli. It's punched away from him by Passfield. Roe Duggan wants to get in there. Andrew Scott now. Godfrey puts his head down, then gets tackled around it. And that's a free kick, and it's been called by 2 separate umpires. So Sam Godfrey will take that free kick. No time to waste at all as he goes long down the line. NT with the numbers through the hands of Little. Wesley Black dives in again. Matt Thompson has had a crack for Redland all day. Pfeiffer to Zufa. Tackle, tries to get the handball away, but only succeeds in giving it to Alwyn Davey. On the left foot, long towards Willie Rioli, who drops what he might have taken. Still butters up, punts the ball forward. Jakura, he's tackled. Now the Bombers are away. It will go long inside 50. Good contest, good spoil there by Jack Long. Ball's underneath him. Now still in dispute. Brewer gets buffeted out of the way. Umpire will call this up very shortly. Brewer and Scott had their man, and it was called as holding the ball. Now Cass wants to play on. Handball to Thompson. Thompson toes it forward to the goal square. Cleve Hughes off the deck, a goal. There you go, 2 straight goals. Have they got time, Liam Dettering?
Sorry, just thinking about that question. We haven't seen them obviously hit the lead since they had it taken off them at half time, and I still think they're going to struggle to get back. It's 2 goals to margin. Even if they were to kick that, I think the best they can hope for is a draw. I think they're only going to have a couple more opportunities. But just as you saw them, again, really clever from Matty Thompson. Didn't try and take possession of the ball, just socket it forward. And we see Cleve Hughes back on the ground now to kick his first of the game. I just wonder if he's still struggling. He's had ankle injuries all season, and I just wonder if that's the reason he was off the ground, and maybe Greg Seaton-Lonsdale thought with only a couple of minutes to go, we may as well go for broke and try anything we can to get back in the game, and maybe that's why he's back on now.
Well, it was co-captain Phil Cass who just thought, we've got to take the game on, let's play on regardless, and regardless of the tacklers in front of him. So Redland with a little bit of hope. Inside 50, here we go again. And there it is, Luke Scott diving for it, can't control it. Picked up there by Lockwood. He's tackled to the ground. Now Wesley Black has belted them all day. Inside, a good-looking kick. It's missed by Miles. Dave, he saw something he liked. Clever kick to Jakura. The run of Wesley Black as well. But they can put the cue in the rack from here. 12 points to the margin. Jakura, long, inside 50. Towards the Ewing direction. Punched away. Now Willie Rioli picks it up. Just gets his boot to ball. Pfeiffer in the back. Umpire says free kick to Darren, and will be. Time for him to get his boot to ball. He's got to get it moving. He just goes for the big floating mongrel down the middle. Little. Brewer did well as well. Little did even better. Got in, picked the ball up, kicked it back towards Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer might have kicked it, tried the handball. Got it back to Cossack for the Northern Territory. Now it's kicked forward by Howard for Redland. Zufa through his hands. At the back, Peris can't control it. Zufa's on top of him. The ball gets spilled forward. Lockwood could not get rid of the ball legally. Hunter, good tackle, good smother as well. Boy, oh boy. This has been one cracking game. I tell you what, the players will they'll have a nice rest tonight. I think ice baths are the order of the day.
Hunter almost just made himself a wall there, didn't he? So he didn't quite go for the tackle or the smother. It was just half and half, and fell on top of his opponent in the end.
Massive tackle there from Nathan Jakura. Just absolutely belted the Redlands player in Pfeiffer into the ground.
Well, he's copped some serious punishment today. I think he's been on the end of about 5 or 6 massive hits.
Hunter gets it forward. Now Pfeiffer just gets his foot to it. Will it stay in the field of play? It does. It's sitting on the line. Thompson picks it up cleverly, but he's tackled by Bugler over the line for a throw in 35 metres out.
There can't be much longer to go in this. This is absolute last roll of the dice territory here for the Bombers. They need to score from this stoppage.
Must get this clearance, must kick this goal. The ruck work will come from Hunter. Third man up, Zufa. It's roved by Eilert for the NT. Kicks it down the line. Over the head of Willie Rioli. Passfield does well. Handball back to Williams. And then Willie Rioli picked his pocket. So did Tyler Jones. Ball's tackled underneath him. We'll have a ball up. Right on centre wing. Boy, there's been some extraordinary things happen in this game. Salter in the ruck, wins it, gets it down to Howard. Held without the ball. Now we'll get another chance to move forward. Howard has to get on his bike and do it quickly. Long to centre half forward. And ill-directed Ben Rioli couldn't take the mark. It's tapped forward for Redland. Big fella in Hunter, taken high. He wants to handball this off. He does to Thompson. Thompson just bangs it long. Inside 50. Hughes takes the mark. No, he's dropped it. Play on. Ball hits the deck. Territory players calling for a push. It's going to go to Redland. It'll go to Blake Brewer, who's their biggest goal kicker today. He can't waste any time. He must bang this through. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. from point blank range, and surely that's got to put it to bed. Oh, Blake Brewer. One behind results, so it's 11-7 plays 9-8. The NT could have dodged that bullet.
Certainly have, because he needed to kick that one. Yes, he needed to get it on quickly, but more importantly, he had to put it through and didn't quite in the end. But I think also in that passage of play overlooked, Hughes very unlucky not to be given the mark. And I can tell you who Greg Seaton-Monsdale would have rathered having the shot at goal from that position.
Yes.
Hughes or Brewer, you take Hughes every day of the week.
Absolutely. VV for the NT, gets it down to Eilert. Eilert tackled by Cass. That has been a great battle. The two captains going hard at it. Been very impressed with Cameron Eilert today. Now the ball's propelled forward by the NT, and a touch finder over the boundary line.
And I just reckon that Brewer miss sort of highlights the difference between the two sides today. When the big moments have come for either side, it's been the NT has been able to take them, and that's why they're in front at the moment by 11 points. And Redland missed a couple of opportunities where they really could have done some damage themselves, but haven't quite been able to take it.
So Eilert gets it forward for the NT. Jakura overruns it. Shannon Rioli does too. Paris can't pick it up. Now it's picked up by Ben Keys. He slogs it forward. Can they get something going, Redland, here as Luke Scott falls over? There's the siren. And that is the end to a ripping game of football here. Near full round 20. The Northern Territory Thunder 11-7-73 against the gallant Redland Bombers at home 9-8-62. It's an 11-point margin. And fair dinkum, one of the best wet weather games of footy I have seen in many, many years here at Casheezi Park, Liam Dethering.
Certainly, Michael. It's a terrific contest between both sides, and my early tips actually, we're going to see this exact same match played out in a couple of weeks' time. If Sydney win against Hills Eagles next week, they'll go to second on the ladder, which means NT will finish third. And with Redland still having to play Aspley next week, they could very well finish in 6th place if Ainsley win their remaining matches as well. So we could see this very same contest in just a couple of weeks' time.
Wow, so there you go. The Northern Territory Thunder, with it all to play for really, their last game of the season, so they can sit back and watch everybody else do it next week.
They'll be certainly rooting on the Sydney Hills Eagles, because if Hills Eagles do get over the line against the Sydney Swans, second spot and the extra week off is theirs, which will be vitally important because they've got Chris Dunn, their second leading goal kicker for the year, still to come back from injury, and they've also got Brad Vassell, who they'd like to give another week to get back from his concussion.
Well, a great game of football. Your best players for mine, the NT, I think it was pretty obvious that Aaron Wesley Black was dominant at halfback. He was an amazing amount of skill in the wet and just racked up the possessions. Bugler again against Cleve Hughes did a magnificent job. But
and then when you look at their inside players as well, like the Cameron Eilert and the like, had a really good game. I think Willie Rioli pushing a bit further up. Nathan Jakira was certainly a massive inclusion because he normally doesn't travel with the side, but it was a really good in for them. And for Redland, who did you have? Well, look,
I thought even though he was in that battle with Willie Rioli, Blake Passfield had a ripping game. Phil Cass again tries hard every week. Matty Thompson put himself in. Again, though, it's the shortest stocking of players who love this weather. So, look, but I think across the board, Redland had a fair income dip, as did the Northern Territory. It's just a really good game of football to watch and call, Liam.
Certainly was, Michael, and as we've said all before, we've seen a preview of what is going to be 2 finalists this year.
So we've got next week, we've got the Redland Bombers at home to the Aspley Hornets, who belted Eastlake today. So that's going to be the 2 Brisbane sides or 2 Queensland sides that will go head-to-head next week. That should be a cracking game as well.
Certainly, it doesn't get any less off the standard of the games we'll be seeing on Neefle TV. That'll be a battle for the last home final spot, potentially in the top 6, who gets to play at home in week 1. So another fantastic battle, and we hope everyone who's watched today can join us next week.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for joining us on Neefle TV. Michael Price and Liam Dethering with you from Casheezi Park, where the NT Thunder have won by 11 points, and we'll catch you next week on Neefle TV.